expenses with the help of Harmon Solar. Give them a call and see how your company can save up to 80% on that monthly electric bill with zero down and no payments for 12 months. Harmon Solar is a local family-owned company that uses top-of-the-line equipment. Call Harmon Solar, 800-281-3189. That's 800-281-3189. Or go to harmonsolar.com.
If you're struggling, if you're lost, if you need someone to talk to, or if you're concerned about a loved one, call, text, or live chat the 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline. 988 crisis counselors are available 24/7 to listen and provide free, confidential support when you need it most.
Thank you for contacting 988. How can I help you today?
The first step to help and healing is 3 numbers away. When you reach out to 988, hope always answers. This message is sponsored by the Arizona Department of Health.
Financial words of wisdom from Mo Ansari, president of Compact Asset Management.
What areas of the market should you be in? Sitting in cash, is that the answer? If you miss this rally, how do you participate? If you do get in and the market starts a correction or a bear market, where do you get out? What kind of risk would be appropriate? Let's not sit there and let this market get away from you because the financial world is ending. Let's not bet on that because it has not done that yet, and it might not do that in our lifetime. And if you're betting on that, the odds are small that you are going to be right. The odds are very, very high that you're going to be wrong. If you want to meet with me, I will sit down with you personally. The entire team will meet with you, the relationship manager, the certified financial planner, and obviously I will sit down with you and tell you how I manage the money. If you're scared of the market, sitting in cash, missing this market, give us a call, 1-800-388-9700, 1-800-388-9700.
Compact Asset Management is a registered investment advisor. Funds custodian, Fidelity Institutional Wealth Services, member FINRA SIPC.
Hello, everyone. Desert Equity Lending is back again with a mortgage product that we have all been waiting for. We are excited to offer once again the no document loan that we all remember from years ago. That's right. It's a true no document loan. Remember when stated income loans were available? They were the most popular mortgages available for self-employed, as well as for those borrowers that couldn't quite show enough income to qualify using regular underwriting guidelines. This new no doc loan is changing the way people get approved for a mortgage. Listen to this. No income, no problem. No tax returns, no problem. It doesn't take perfect credit to qualify either. If you have a good down payment and decent credit, you need to call now. These mortgages are being approved for primary residence as well as a second home. We are doing it the old-fashioned way. We use common sense underwriting to approve what other banks walk away from. Call 602-509-3000 to talk with a real person that can get you answers in hours, not days. That's 602-509-3000. Make the call. You will be glad you did. Desert Equity Lending. Desert Equity Lending, MB 0906989, NMLS 1733369. Conditions and restrictions apply.
KQFN AM Tempe, K257 CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM, K240 EU Cotton Hills at 95.9 FM.
Listen to Jim Rome and the Jungle, weekday mid-mornings on 1580 and 99.3. The Fanatic, live from the Harmon Solar Studios.
All right, people, settle down because it's time. Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's Wednesday here on the Daily Blender. And a good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside not Randy White. He'll be back tomorrow. We got Ralph from Harmon Solar with us. We got Keon Rhodes in the control room, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580, as we broadcast live in the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale. And as far as I know, 1580 AM is working just fine now. Everything is A-okay. So we're all back to semi-normal, whatever the hell that means. So, yeah. I had a kind of a cool day. I got to go deliver a bunch of shoes and some sporting equipment out to various places. I was able to go over to Empower College Prep for Arizona Sports Angels and gave them a bleep load of shoes. Cleats, some molded cleats that they need for playing baseball and stuff like that. I also met up with a young kid from Highland High School, got him the cleats that he needed for football and for baseball. So that was pretty cool. But one of the things I've noticed is the garage is starting to get empty. The garage is starting to empty up, which is good because, it makes it easier to work, but also, we're going to need some more balls and stuff to give to kids. We got like 200 sporting balls that we need to try to raise money for I guess 8 different Title I schools. And somebody gave a little chunk of money last time I talked about this, but I think we still need like $700. We're trying to help these schools out. So if you get a minute and you're thinking about it, we'd like to try to get these guys set up before school starts. So when everybody shows up, they can automatically start playing. We're looking for 40 basketballs, 40 soccer balls, 40 volleyballs, 40 footballs, 40 playground balls. And so, whatever you can do, 10, 20, $30, just go to arizonasportsangels.org and give if you can, don't if you can't. No big deal. Just saying. We just want to see if we can hook these kids up before September, but school starts like August 1st nowadays? The hell's up with that? Do you know how that's all changed, Ralph?
I don't know why it did, but yeah, it has changed.
Yeah, it used to be we'd have 3 months off in the summer starting June 1st, and we'd have to be back September 1st. Then we have 3 full months off. Then we get 2 weeks off for winter break, or maybe a week off for winter break, and then we get like a week or so off for Thanksgiving, maybe a spring break, and that was it. But now the kids have to be they get out of school June 1st, but they have to come back August 1st.
I think indoctrination requires 10 months a year, so that's probably why they're doing it.
What are they being indoctrinated to? Never having a day off?
That's a different show.
Oh, geez, take it easy there, Trump. Anyway,
wow.
So yeah, I mean, I don't understand why we've given up more of our summer breaks, but here we are. Anyway, so enough of that. I just want to let you guys know that we're still doing stuff for Arizona Sports Angels. So if you guys are looking to be a part of that, go to arizonasportsangels.org and all that good stuff. So something that Ralph is a part of, something that I'm a part of, is having teams that won baseball games last night. I don't know if Keon, did your team win a baseball game last night? Did the Nationals win a game?
I don't believe they did. No.
Sorry, I didn't. I wasn't trying to be a wise ass. I honestly didn't know.
Well, because they do randomly win one from time to time. So I do think you have to, like right now, they're up 4-0 on the Mariners. So we'll see how that turns out. But every now and then they win one. And then okay, I'll go back into hibernation for like 10 more games.
Well, the Dodgers, they've got a bye week kind of game. They're playing the Rockies.
Bye week. Wow.
The Rockies. You're playing the Rockies.
I was wrong. They won yesterday.
Did they really?
He really did.
Good for you, man.
Yeah.
No, the Dodgers got an easy couple of games. The Diamondbacks, however, just beat probably the best team in baseball. Everybody's saying these guys are going to win the World Series. The Diamondbacks were able to take down the Rays 8-4 last night, and they get to play them again today. So Diamondbacks have a tougher game tonight. Dodgers, you have a layup. So
it's about time because it's been the other way for like about a month.
And yet here we are, still ahead of you.
Yeah, you've had the easy schedule for the last 30 days, and we've had a hard schedule.
Please,
so it's about time it flips.
We've played some teams. We've played. Don't act like we haven't played some teams.
Girl Scouts of America, Washington Nationals.
No, listen. They played that little girl has a brutal curveball.
Yeah, she's got a few brutal things. Yeah.
So, I don't know what's going to happen tonight, but I was just glad to get one for the Diamondbacks over the Tampa Bay Rays. That right there. If you lose a game to the Rockies, you just need to hang your head in shame. That's
everybody beats everybody in baseball.
Yeah.
162 games. You're going to lose to really bad teams.
The fun part is the Diamondbacks have beaten the Dodgers more this year. I did not expect that. But the Diamondbacks have beaten the Dodgers more this year than the other way around. So
when we play again at the end of the year, the Dodgers will have their injured people back, and we'll see what happens.
It's on like Donkey Kong.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't ever seem tough when I say that.
You don't. You seem
to be fair,
like Donkey Kong.
Nobody says that unless the only way you can sound good and say that is if you're already if you're Big George and you're just 7 feet tall and you tell someone if he raises his fist and he says it's
tall to say it
because you just have to. I can't say it. I'm 5'10". It just doesn't work.
He'd be a 7-foot nerd. I mean, I don't.
If you're 7 feet tall, then
it's on like Donkey Kong.
But I'm not going to tell the guy that's 7 feet tall that he's wrong. So he's just gonna be allowed to say it, and that's it.
Nobody who's listening knew I just stepped up in my chair.
Yeah, we said
tried that. What's that? My wife hates those shorts.
Yeah, so do I.
They're the ones that signal I need some laundry done.
Yeah,
that's what these are. These plaid blue, weird looking shorts. I've had them for like 20 years.
Can't tell.
Yeah, she hates the hell out of these shorts. You'll have to rewind on the YouTube if you want to see what I'm talking about. Navy Brad says, good afternoon, Jeffrey, Keon, sir, with the awesome haircut. Ralph got a buzz. Yeah,
I did.
You got
and
shorn.
a fade there a little bit.
Got a little fade going. I went to
Yeah.
the bar. I went to the barber shop and said, "Hey, man, I'm 18. Cut this," and he did. It was
They're like,
awesome.
let's just, the crazy guy here, he's this crazy white fella. We just better just everybody quiet, cut his hair, get him out.
Yeah, it's exactly what happened.
Because this unhinged son of a bitch is going to start hurting people if we don't give him exactly what he wants.
Damn it.
Rectinator says, what a good day to bleep on my day. What? That doesn't even make any sense. I don't understand what that means. Rectinator's got issues. Like this morning when nobody was even here to read the text, he says there, best Batman, Michael Keaton, hands down. Were you thinking you were texting some other? That was during the Jim Rome show.
Was he listening to the podcast somehow and just
were we talking about Batman's?
We mentioned it briefly, and I mean, blink and
Oh.
you miss it kind of fast.
Yeah.
But yeah, it did come up.
Even at 11 a.m. this morning, he was trying to hack on Ralph.
At 11 a.m., really?
Yeah.
Wow.
He said, what's the difference between Ralph and a canoe? Eventually, the canoe will tip. What? Are you just digging into the Henny Youngman book or something? Do you working on some real old Don Rickles material there, Reckonator? But what's with my voice? I feel like a teenager myself. Well, yeah, everything's fine. Hey, now, Mr. Well, my team's been injured. How long until your team's not injured, Dodger man?
Well, let's see. Julio Urias is coming back, I think, this weekend, so that's good. Walker Buehler should be back in September. Dustin May never come back. Who else is out? Muncy just came back yesterday. So I would say by August, hopefully, we should be in a lot better shape into September.
You know how awesome our pitching is for the Arizona Diamondbacks? You know how sturdy it is and how deep it is? Well, Merrill Kelly has just gone out. What happened to Merrill Kelly, by the way? He's out for like a week or two.
Yeah, he's on the 15-day IL.
Well,
And he's got a cat. Well, yeah, I'm just saying specifically the official numbers.
I said or two. I added the number two, so I'm still right.
Correct. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying that some people like to know the official number of days on the IL. So I'm just saying.
What happened to him?
He has a calf injury.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
got
it's
a picture.
it's well, but there's
Which calf?
I actually don't know which calf.
I'm trying to picture.
There's a blood clot in the calf, actually.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, so
Whoa.
it's just
So
one
that
of those could be really serious, and they're just not sure which way it's going to go. So on the IL he goes. He could return sooner if it turns out, hey, it's not a big deal, but it could be longer too if it turns out it's more serious.
With
than
a
that.
pitcher, everything's a big deal. You got to calves, fingernails. I mean, littlest things. I mean, for a pitcher, it affects everything. So
yeah, Shohei Ohtani, they made a big deal out of him. He just he broke a nail, and they're like, "Oh my God, he got 2 home runs and 10 strikes before he had to come out of the game. He had a crack." So what if you had a crack?
No, it's
just
bad.
get your ass over to the little Vietnamese, manicurist lady. You won't know what she's saying, but trust her; she does good work.
Pitchers have to keep their nails right on the skin line. They have to, and they usually will put a little hardener on it.
You mean like short?
Right,
like
short, right on the skin line. Otherwise, they will break.
Right there.
Right, because you're pushing. All the rotation comes off your fingertips, so
Why would
it
focus
pushes
on
hard.
his finger.
My son will constantly get blisters or he'll crack a nail. I mean, it's a big deal. It could take you out for a week or two just for stupidity of a blister or a cracked nail.
Well, Shohei needs to be drinking more milk then. If his nails are cracking, how did he get it cracked? Did he get hit, or is it just he's got brittled nails?
It happens. Just
I mean, just over
it's
time.
It's the force of the ball.
I thought maybe he had
pressure
some
of throwing.
osteoporosis.
Well, that's not
Something.
your bones. I mean, it's probably it needs more
Where
protein.
what do you think a fingernail is, Keon?
It's protein.
It's coming out of your bone.
It's not.
It squirts out of your bone in your finger.
I don't think that is what fingernails are made out of.
I'll be honest. I have no idea. I figured it was just like really slow Spider-Man. It's just taking forever. To
Don't
come
worry. In a month, it'll get to you there.
Well, and it's going to hurt too. Steve Cohen's Money says, I'm surprised you didn't bring in this segment with that presser from the New York Mets owner, Steve Cohen. He's not too thrilled with the payroll at the moment, and also said the Mets are looking to hire a president of baseball operations to make the decisions instead of Billy Epler.
He's not happy with spending $340 million this year. I don't understand.
Well, I mean, I don't think he had a problem with spending the $340 million. I think it's the problem that you're falling in the division and you can't seem to get up. That's the problem that he's having.
His stupidity, right?
Yeah, I mean, they are wow.
You don't.
They
get
are
two
five games ahead of the Washington Nationals.
He found a microphone and started saying, "I'm not too happy. I'm spending all this money."
An idiot.
Nobody forced you.
Yeah,
it seems a lot like your idea, Mr. Cohen.
I don't think that he's mad about the money. I think he's mad that the money he spent is not winning baseball games.
Yeah, still kind of, your problem, Cohen.
It's kind of his problem, but it's also the GM's problem. That dude's not about to have a job very soon because he's the guy that tells the owner where to spend the money and how. The owner's like, I hired you to be my baseball guy.
Why did he need the presser for this? Why didn't he just take this guy out back by the woodshed, take care of business instead of having a press conference? Who's he communicating with on this?
I mean, really, it is the general manager. The point here is to embarrass him, coaches, players, everybody.
That's always an effective way of being a leader.
And it's New York. Like he's having a press conference because it's New York, man.
He's tired of hearing it. That's why he's tired of people saying, "Hey, what's up, Cohen? What's your problem?"
They're gonna blame Cohen for everything, and he's like, "No, I hired who I thought were competent baseball people who told me to sign these players who I thought were great. And guess what is not happening? Wins. They're not happening, and I'm not happy." And that goes a long way in New York. It really does. I have no idea why, but those people and baseball, for the owner to come out and say that, it means a lot.
Just maybe take care of some business in private. And you don't like the answers, Mr. Cohen, fire the guy.
If things don't turn around by the trade deadline, he is gone. Yeah, I don't think that's up for debate.
He might be gone. The manager might be gone.
Yeah, several players will probably be gone at the trade deadline as well. So,
well, Major League Baseball is cracking me up. I'm enjoying the fact that Diamondbacks are having a better than expected year. I'm enjoying the fact that the Dodgers are having a worse than expected year. All of the above. Happy about that. Hell, I'm even happy that old Keon's team got a win last night. I mean,
I'm happy that the Mets are just joining us in hell. I'm
sure
they're suffering, and so I'm pleased.
I got nothing against the Mets. I hate the Yankees. So if there's a New York team that's going to do well, it may as well be the Mets. Not this year, but anyway,
neither is good.
Can I just say, Major League Baseball, they've been all about the rules this season, right? Figuring out the pitch clock, doing, I don't know, all the damn rules. And I guess now that they're doing something else. This one, I don't know. I don't know about this one. I don't mind the pitch clock. I mean, I think all the rule changes they've done, except for that stupid Ghost Runner rule, which I don't know. Has anybody had to implement that yet? The Ghost Runner thing? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, the Ghost Runner on second for extra innings.
Right.
Yeah, they do that every time they go to extra innings.
Yeah, I mean, there's been a few of those in
how's that
season.
looked?
I mean,
I haven't seen a game.
It's a way to end the game quicker. It works.
I know, but has anybody seen a game where you're like,
yeah,
huh?
Yeah,
I don't think the Diamondbacks have had one.
I'm sure they have.
I don't know. It doesn't matter if it's football or basketball or baseball. I don't get to the extra period of a game and think, boy, I wish it would end faster. Like usually it means that both teams are pretty damn good and I'm having a good show. And so now we gotta
I think
wrap it up, B.
You're protecting the athletes too, because a lot of any sport, I mean, hockey does it in overtime. They have a 5-minute overtime 4-on-4, try to end it quicker. Baseball does it because you don't want these guys in baseball. You can go 18, 19 innings and have to come back out again tomorrow. You're starting to impact arms.
No, I saw. I mean, you can do that if you want to, but I remember when I was a kid,
I love doing it.
I watched the then Cleveland Indians and the New York Yankees play a 25 inning baseball game, and then had to go out the next day and play another game. Like even your fans are like, "I'm good." Yeah. So you just. You do. I do understand the desire to end that because the game ended at it started at 6 in the afternoon. It ended at 1 in the morning. Nobody enjoyed that. But
they're not doing this.
I don't like the
post-season,
Ghost Runner thing.
They're not Ghost Running in postseason, right?
Let me double check that.
I'm not 100%.
I don't think they are though.
Go ahead and look that up. But that's not even the worst thing that's happening right now. And I would like to see what Berg has to say about this because On the 4th of July, Major League Baseball parks, 4 of them, are going to treat, that's air quotes, fans to Pepsi flavored ketchup.
Oh,
Why? I don't even
how's that
mind
a treat?
Pepsi. It's just how do you?
That's not a good combo.
Maybe
I don't think so.
Where did they come up with this idea? It's part of Pepsi's hashtag Better with Pepsi campaign. And I guess they're drumming up publicity doing this kind of crap. Someone at Pepsi said the distinctive flavors and vibrant citrus blend of Pepsi. Wait, what is citrusy about Pepsi?
It's just sugar in Pepsi.
Bright and tangy characteristics of ketchup, offsetting the smokiness of the hot dog. I like the smokiness of the hot dog. Anyway, the ketchup is actually infused with Pepsi.
Oh, so sugar on sugar. That's disgusting.
That's got to taste like ass and a half. You know what I mean? That's just and a half. I mean, okay. So here's the bad news, Diamondback fans. It's coming to Chase Field. You're one of the 4. Congratulations.
Yet the odds of 4 and 30 of somehow avoiding that and still got it.
I feel like I need to try it though. I feel like I need to try this.
More power to you.
Well, listen, I'm the guy who says you should try everything food-wise, unless there's one of the two you don't like. I like ketchup. I like Pepsi, all right. I just don't know how those two things are going to mix, but hey, I could miss something. It could be the best thing I ever had in my entire life. That was like when I had peanut butter and mayonnaise mixed together. That was damn good.
You've never spilled like your soda into your plate while you're eating a hot dog or anything and get it?
No, I'm a grown-up. What?
When you were a kid, you never did that? I mean,
well, how do you think I came up with peanut butter and mayonnaise? My sister couldn't finish her ham and cheese sandwich, so I took the half of hers next to my peanut butter and jelly sandwich, and they mushed up on the plate. And then I was like, "Oh, look at this peanut butter mayonnaise." Hey,
you were that.
That's how I got that. But this is different. This is, I don't know. It just seems unnecessary.
It's gross.
I will pass
you
on
can't
this.
say it's gross. You haven't tasted it, Ralph.
Yeah, I mean, you can think about the concept of it and go, okay, the concept of this is gross, so I won't be trying the reality of it. I'll leave that to a more adventurous person.
So if you are watching the Minnesota Twins, the Detroit Tigers, or the Yankees, you can try this. So that's the 4 parks that you can get that in. I don't know. I mean, I probably should try it just so I'm a man of my word. But I'm not.
So if anyone goes to the game, they need to bring a few packs to the station.
Yeah, are they coming in packets?
I
need one. If somebody goes to the game, please, I'd like to get one of them packets. Just
on air taste test.
I'll do it on there. Yeah, if I got one of those packets, I'd do it on there. I'm all tempted to go to the Diamondbacks game on the 4th.
Just for that?
To watch the fireworks. My wife and I did that one year, and we realized, well, these seats are crap because we could only see 2/3 of the fireworks display from where we were. We had good seats, just not good firework watching seats. So now it's like, okay, I get how this works. And I might like to do that again. And if I'm there, I'll get me a hot dog and I'll try the Pepsi ketchup. Maybe. I have to, don't I? I do have to. Also, if you go to any ballpark, from now until the 4th of July, if you buy a hot dog and a Pepsi, you text free Pepsi to 81234, upload your receipt. This seems like a lot of work. And get a coupon for a free 20-ounce Pepsi product.
Wow.
I guess it's not a big deal just to take a picture, text it, take a picture and send it. I mean,
yeah, but I mean,
we're all digitally cool now.
For 20 ounces, I'll just buy it. It's
like the head nod.
It's not that expensive.
We're all digitally cool. Head nod. We're cool. Like I'm one of you.
Hello, fellow kids.
Sup, kids? You're creepy. Boomer and Sooner says, "Good day, Blender Nation." Okay, stop saying nation. Okay, Blender community. Even I don't feel like we can say nation.
Wow.
You know, I don't know. We're not that big a deal. We're just us. It's just us and the people in the 4th dimension who text in on the text line. It's not.
It's a nation.
Give it nation status.
We are.
It's a small nation.
We're inside of a city.
It's a small.
We
nation.
are Grenada.
Right.
We're Radio Grenada. Well, I mean, there are people listening in California. There's people listening. I guess I could pull up the map right now and tell you where we're streaming. Let's see.
Some
Finland.
satellite listeners.
Finland.
What?
Yeah, there's somebody in Finland. There's somebody right now in Oregon, Boardman, Oregon. I have no idea. That's none of my people. My people moved away, except for where that is. I don't know. Let's see, California, Piscataway, New Jersey.
Piscataway, New Jersey.
All right.
Yeah.
DC.
If it weren't for college
don't know.
football, I would not have pronounced any of these cities.
Indiana, Georgia, Missouri.
That's a nation.
Yeah, I don't know. I just feel I don't want to be like old toothy Colin Cowherd or these other people who put stuff on there like trying to make a big deal of something.
You don't want to be rich. Okay.
I don't want to be big, toothy, and annoying. That's what I don't want to be.
Like if South Korea could be a nation, so can you.
And by the way, I don't think Colin Cowherd is what you call rich. You know what I'm saying?
He's got money.
He's got money.
He could. Well, if he had any money, really, he'd have better veneers because those things are ridiculous. Those things are just ridiculous.
It's a personal choice.
We have a full text line, and so let me get back here in a moment, and we'll pick it right back up. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
This is Brent Musburger's Action Update on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic. Sign up for the VSiN Daily newsletter to keep you up with the day's biggest sports betting news and insights. Only at VSIN.com. Now, here are the latest lines from my guys in the desert.
Zach Davies gets to start today for the Arizona Diamondbacks. He's another 45 underdog against Zach Eflin of the Rays, minus 155. 9 over the total at Chase Field. Davies 1-4, 7.82 ERA. Eflin 9-3, 3.35 earned run average. Yesterday, Zach Gallen earned his 10th win of the season. 8-4 win over the Rays as another 31 home favorite. Angels, another 17 home favorite against the White Sox. 8.5 under the total at Angels Stadium. The Oakland Athletics today, they're an underdog at home against the New York Yankees and Domingo Germán. A's plus 140 on the money line. Mike Sennett, 1580, 99.3 The Fanatic.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
This story is called The Ugly Truth About Timeshare. If you think you've done your family a favor by buying a timeshare, you need my help. Hello, I'm Chuck McDowell, CEO and founder of Wesley Financial Group. 10 years ago, I started helping folks cancel their timeshare. And in the process, started what's now called the timeshare cancellation industry. Timeshare is the only thing that you can buy that you can't tell me how much it's going to cost or when it's going to end. When you buy a timeshare, you give them a blank check to fill out any amount they want for annual maintenance and assessment fees. The crazy thing is, this never ends. Even when you die, your family's now going to be stuck with this burden. Stop the insanity today. Call my office now. If we take you as a client, I guarantee we'll cancel your timeshare or you'll pay nothing.
Call for your free information kit. 800-462-3333. That's 800-462-3333. 800-462-3333.
Next up, Straight Talk from Doug. Ever notice that saying no offense is offensive? Like, no offense, but you're overpaying for your wireless. See? Offensive.
That's the Straight Talk Talk. Get unlimited plans as low as $35 a month from Straight Talk on America's most reliable 5G network. Available at Walmart and Walmart.com. On the $35 plan, first 10 gigabytes data at high speed, then 2G speeds. Refer to the latest terms at straighttalk.com. Based on most first place rankings, Root Metrics, second half 2022 assessments of 125 metros. Experiences vary, not an endorsement.
Hello, everyone. Desert Equity Lending is back again with a mortgage product that we have all been waiting for. We are excited to offer once again the no document loan that we all remember from years ago. That's right. It's a true no document loan. Remember when stated income loans were available? They were the most popular mortgages available for self-employed, as well as for those borrowers that couldn't quite show enough income to qualify using regular underwriting guidelines. This new no doc loan is changing the way people get approved for a mortgage. Listen to this. No income, no problem. No tax returns, no problem. It doesn't take perfect credit to qualify either. If you have a good down payment and decent credit, you need to call now. These mortgages are being approved for primary residence as well as a second home. We are doing it the old-fashioned way. We use common sense underwriting to approve what other banks walk away from. Call 602-509-3000 to talk with a real person that can get you answers in hours, not days. That's 602-509-3000. Make the call. You will be glad you did. Desert Equity Lending. Desert Equity Lending, MB 0906989, NMLS 1733369. Conditions and restrictions apply.
Summertime, and the Diamondbacks are heating up, competing for the top spot in the NL West. What moves are the Snakes going to make by the trade deadline? Can this team continue to battle as we head to the All-Star break? Can Corbin Carroll continue his torrid pace to be the Rookie of the Year? Stay up with all the Diamondbacks news, info, updates, and rumors. If it's local, we talk about it. 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic, and always on at 1580thefanatic.com.
Hey, Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. So I'm driving through Phoenix earlier today, like I told you there, and I drive by this neighborhood, and I look over in the strip mall, right? And it said hot yoga. I'm like, in Arizona, isn't every yoga hot yoga? Dear God, why would you do that? But yeah, so everybody craves the weather stylings of Randy White. Well, Randy will be here when he damn well feels like it. But until he comes back, I'll fill you in. Nothing has changed since yesterday.
It's just hot.
No, what? Come on, Ralph. It's warm. We've established this. This is not hot. What? Hot is 110 for most people who've been in the valley for an amount of time. But since I know not everybody has been, then yeah, I'll give you 105 is the lowest level of hot. And right now it tells me it is 105 here in Queen Creek, at least. I don't know how hot it is where you live in South Phoenix. I mean, I don't know what your temperature is there.
Who lives in South Phoenix?
I thought you did.
Why would I live in South Phoenix?
Well, just by the look of your walls back there. I just thought maybe.
I live in P83 and it's 105 over here.
What is P83?
If you don't know, you don't need to.
Is that supposed to be impressive?
It's just an area.
Oh,
it's in Peoria.
Why is it called 83?
P83. It's Peoria. It's a Peoria area around 83rd in Union Hills. It's where the facility for the Mariners and the Padres is, and that whole area right there is a bunch of restaurants and stuff. And it's just.
I live in QC WGF. WGAF.
You live in the boonies.
QC WGAF.
WGAF.
Yeah, don't say it out loud. Don't say it out loud. Work it out.
I'll figure it out.
So anyway, but there is one thing that is kind of different. No, I'll text it to you later.
I just figured I'm good.
See, it's funny. 113 on Sunday, 109 Saturday, 113 on Sunday. So now that's hot.
105 is hot.
Well, not really. I mean, we're used to this kind of. Can I tell you why? Here's what happened. How long have you been here, fella?
11 years.
Ralph?
11 years.
All right. So I'd say this is probably back around 2001. This is when I knew I acclimated. Got here in 1984. So in 2001, I had a business meeting, and I'm sitting outside of a Starbucks in a black button-up shirt, and it was like for a job. It was for a radio thing. So I met this guy. We're sitting there, and I'm drinking a hot chocolate coffee, just sitting there or whatever. And this thing goes, dude, you know it's 100 degrees? I had not even broke a sweat, and I was sitting in the sun. That's how I knew I've been here too long and acclimated. And then I immediately and purposely undid it because I don't want to be used to the heat. So, if you've been here a while longer, Ralph, you'll be like, 100 is nothing. 105. Well, it's like, all right, it's kind of warm.
The first 3 years here were really hard, but it's gotten easier every year. I mean, but you're right. I mean, like I'm always out at the baseball games. Like yesterday we were at a game, my son was throwing, and it was 105. And I mean, it wasn't too bad. But when you get to like 115, he's throwing in games at 115. That's insane.
Did you get like your umbrella chair and everything? So
there was trees. We were over at PVCC, so that's really nice trees and stuff.
Any breeze going? Any breeze?
Yeah, little breeze. It really wasn't that bad at all.
Lucky.
For him, it sucks. He's on the mound in that dead heat, so it sucks.
Oh yeah, that's horrible. So the point is, you're getting more used to it than you even know. So that is where the criteria we discussed this yesterday. 105 is where you can say it's hot, but you can't say, "Oh my God, it's hot" at 105. Right. 110, you can be like, "Oh, yeah, now it's hot." 115 is you can go bleep yourself. That's how hot this is.
What's 120?
So, yeah, that's I actually was here for the 122.
Me too.
I was delivering sandwiches for this little Argentinian couple who had a sandwich shop in a business district in Tempe, and they were ever you knew anybody from Argentina, this is like their best smile. There's nothing, there's no emotion, just. And that day, I'm out driving around delivering these sandwiches in the community there, and I come back, and the old lady, she's like, "Oh, here, get some water. Oh, here," with an accent I'm not going to do because you'll call me racist. And she's, "Oh, here's the water, and here a little towel for your neck." I'm like, wow, I don't know. Damn, these people actually care. I had no idea because I've been listening to a tape in my car the entire time. And I thought my air conditioning was dying. I was like, oh, that sucks. I don't have any money to fix that. Now what am I going to do? Nobody told me it was 122 and wheels and airplanes were melting on the tarmac at Sky Harbor. Wow. And I had no idea until afterwards that somebody said, "Yeah, God, what are you doing out here? It's like 122. I'm like, what? So I survived it working. So maybe that's part of my dysfunction in saying that 105 is, we'll say, hot. 110 is, oh crap, it's hot, and then the rest is history. So yeah, I've been in it, Ralph.
No, I hear you. I agree with you. I think 115.
I got AZ cred right here.
That's great. It's places like living on the sun. Sometimes it's ridiculous.
I can't wait to leave. All right, let's get to the text line. Boomer Sooner, I don't know, he's got something to say here. I'm supposed to read something else. Oh, he says, we just got back from our Marlin F is hung. Ralph, why would you tell me read the last part when that was the last part? He says, sorry, no fireworks at the stadium this year. Oh,
why not?
I didn't know that. Really? They're not doing that. Wow. Okay. I don't know what the rest of that was, but thanks for the heads up on that. And he says, I agree, Jeffrey. I've been here for 13 years and 105. That's nothing now. That's nothing. Pippi No Stocking says hot yoga. That's when Ralph is in the yoga instructor. What? Oh, when Ralph is the yoga instructor. Sorry. I really read that wrong.
Wow, you did. Rewind.
Hot yoga. Is that when Ralph is the yoga instructor? I apologize.
Oh my goodness.
We're all in trouble now.
Yeah,
Beer Bob says, me and the wifey have been down here almost 7 years. I don't even count triple digits till it hits 110, 100, 105. Nah, that's fine. Navy Brad says 105 is cool to me, but back in the day, back when I was in the Persian Gulf, 130 is hot. Wow. See, there always has to be somebody to one up. You know what I'm saying? I had 122. Here comes Navy Brad. You were on a boat. You could have jumped in the water anytime you want, Navy Brad. I was in the desert. Thank me for my service. Huh? How about that, Navy Brad?
Ignore the fact that he had people shooting at him. That's okay.
Oh, you know what? Come on.
That's okay.
He was in the boat. Nobody was shooting at him in the boat.
I don't know.
Navy Brad's going to be like, I want my challenge coin back. Mr. Wilbur says, I'm the kid who ate mayonnaise and ketchup sandwiches with no meat whatsoever, no cheese whatsoever growing up, but ketchup and Pepsi, that's gross. Mayonnaise and ketchup. I got no problem with mayonnaise and ketchup. King Kenton says, yeah, Jeffrey, no 4th of July fireworks after the baseball game this year. Why? But I want to know why. I was really kind of looking forward to that. Because can I tell you why I was looking forward to that? So think about 4th of July when I was a kid. In Oregon, we'd pull up to this giant field. Everybody get out in the grass and they put their blankets down. We'd sit there. And as soon as it became dark enough, here come the fireworks. And you're like, yay. And it was all just nice and pleasant and cool and everything's great. Arizona is a living hell. And as soon as it turns dark enough, it's still 108, 109 degrees outside. Then you got to drive up in a dusty field or wherever they're parking you. There's all this dust and you're going to hump it out there with your cooler and all your stuff to sit there and try to watch fireworks. And you're dying of sweat and just nasty. There's nothing good about watching fireworks in Phoenix, except for when my wife and I went to the Diamondbacks game. Air-conditioned vehicle, air-conditioned stadium. They open up the thing. Fireworks. It's way better than any other fireworks I've seen in Arizona. So now I'm just really upset. Really upset. Seriously, do you even go to fireworks shows here? Anybody?
No.
I haven't even
No.
thought to try.
Never.
Man, I'm gonna fake an illness. I know my wife's not listening right now because I could hear her down there working out. And so I'm gonna fake an illness if she tries to make me go to an outdoor fireworks show off in some field somewhere. Schneff Farms? Yeah, you can go schneff yourself. I ain't going outside for this. I ain't going outside. Yeah, Boomer Sooner says I watch fireworks on TV. Oh, Biskin's Gravy says it's a day game. But, they could have just scheduled that when they wanted. The Diamondbacks didn't have to play a game during the day. They could have played it later that night.
And they could just do the fireworks at night, even if it is a day game.
Did we lose Ralph? He's been very still
No,
on the screen.
I was trying.
Oh my God! Does Pippi Longstocking ever have to like poke you and be like, "You breathing over there?" Because you were just motionless. I thought your video froze up.
I thought so too. I was like, oh man.
I was trying to find out why they're not doing it. They said the roof number one has an issue.
I mean, the roof has an issue.
I'm just
the
saying,
roof.
Yeah,
the roof. The
The
roof
Chase-
is
the
on
Ch-
fire.
The Chase Field roof has not been fixed yet. Cannot be opened for the fireworks shows.
Oh man, that's some bull crap.
And they said because of the high temperatures, they don't want to have the roof open during the games, and they're not
There's
allowed.
weeks to figure this out.
They're not allowed to open that roof when people are in the stadium.
What?
That's what it says. I don't know. It's stupid, dumb.
I'm gonna move. I'm gonna move the hell out of this state.
You go to a Dodger game, at least you'll see fireworks.
Yeah, that's people shooting. It's
That's part of
Chavez
it too.
Ravine.
Yeah, I mean, if you go down
No,
to the
thank
park,
you.
you walk over bodies and stuff, but whatever.
Yeah. Have respect for the dead. Walk over them. Thundar Santa Barbarian says 110 in the desert might be nothing, but 110 Kyoto, Osaka when it's humid. And if you want fireworks, Jeffrey, just call a balk on an asterisk picture. Ooh, that's a great show right there. Yeah, good times. TV, Jeffco. Yeah, I know. I read what you said there about watching the fireworks on TV. I said that. But that you got right. You're good. King of Kittens says last year Fanatic was giving away 4th of July fireworks at the Princess. I don't know who this princess is, but I'm not going to her house. Wilbur says we don't need no water. Let the mother bleeper burn. You damn right, Wilbur. You're damn right. Fifth letter says there's only one nation, by the way, and that's Raider Nation. Now I do want to kind of call it Blender Nation.
Right now,
I think now I do.
I'm just Raider fans are very intense about that.
What
Red
about the
Sox-
United Nations fifth letter?
Red
You're
Sox
thinking that-
Nation was bigger than that.
I've never heard the term Red Sox Nation before.
Oh, it's been around for a long time.
I believe you. I just really haven't heard it. You're
been
way
around.
older than me. I'm sure you've heard it.
Yeah, I must be like a year old.
Walter Mellon says, Jeffrey, if you do get a package of that ketchup, you also need a hot dog to taste it in intended condiment environment. If you're just to open up the packet and taste it, it won't have the full effect. Oh, I'll get a hot dog. Trust me, I'll go get a hot dog. Haven't seen one in my house for a while. My wife trying to keep me alive and all that stuff. Jag Dog, thank you for that. He also is letting me know what's up with the fireworks things. And he says, listen, are we actually going to spend an hour talking Dodgers and Flakers and
we haven't even talked Dodgers in
Rainy City bitch pigeons?
We can. I think it'd be a great hour.
There's really nothing to talk about when
There's
it
a
comes to
lot
your
to talk
Seahawks.
about. Of course
What?
there is.
Nothing to talk about when it comes to your Lakers, really, either.
Really?
What is there to talk about?
Let's see. They tendered offers yesterday to Hachimura and to Austin Reeves.
Oh, is Austin Reeves going to hang around?
We'll see. But they tendered offers so they can basically have the right to match any offers. That's something to talk about.
That's really almost interesting. I mean, like it's really close.
I mean, they will match any offer.
Well, yeah, you have to.
They're,
right?
they're not going to let Austin Reeves go, and they're not
No.
going to let Rui go either the way he played in the playoffs.
Right. No way.
Ralph, you've said a lot of really uninteresting things on this show. But I gotta be honest. That was close. You almost made it.
Almost.
You almost made
Almost.
it over the top there.
Okay. How about this? The Seahawks are still committed to Drew Lock because they feel he has a future.
Are you just reading that off of some
No, I read
Seahawks
that,
site
I
or
read
something?
that 2 days ago.
I have trouble believing that.
That's what they're saying.
Mostly because I've seen Drew Lock play football, and
You know what that means? Pete Carroll has the Alzheimer's now.
No, what it means is I've accomplished us talking about Lakers and Seahawks for the last couple of minutes, which is what he did.
Well, not for an hour. We're just simply
Well,
not.
I
gonna
could
do
keep
that.
it going.
No, you can't. The Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
Wendy's is open till midnight or later, so you can give in to the craving and go night mode. Now all of your favorite menu items just got their bedtime extended. You can get what you want even later, like the Baconator with 6 strips of bacon, or the perfect fries and frosty duo. If you're up later, then so are we. So go ahead and pull through the drive-thru. When the craving hits, go night mode at Wendy's. Open till midnight or later. All right, see ya later.
At participating U.S. Wendy's, hours may vary.
If you're hiring, it can feel like trying to find a needle in a haystack. You can hope the right person comes along, or you can just use ZipRecruiter. Like Marco, president of operations at Telly Tires and Auto Centers.
ZipRecruiter helps me find all the right people, even the most difficult jobs to fill.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Now try ZipRecruiter free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/FREE.
8 out presents Terrifying Jobs.
Bull Rider, take 2.
Today we're talking with Clifford Maxwell, a rodeo bullfighter. His job? Distract raging bulls from going after thrown riders. Cliff, this seems like a really terrifying job. Why do you do it?
I love protecting the bull riders when they get bucked up.
How big are these bulls?
12 to 2,200 pounds of pure muscle.
You're not cowed by any of this, obviously. Is there anything that scares you?
Yeah. Distracted drivers terrify me.
This message is brought to you by ADA and this station.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same, but is 95% cheaper? And you can get it online? Just go to 4hims.com/joy. Through Hims, you'll get a free medical consultation, discreet shipping if prescribed, a 100% online process, and trusted generic alternatives to the name brands at up to 95% off. That's right. Get generic for Viagra, the same active ingredient as brand name Viagra, but for 95% less. It's the same medication, still prescribed by a licensed medical provider, but with zero copay, no expensive appointments, and no awkward face-to-face conversations. To start your free online visit, you need to go to this exclusive address, 4hims.com/joy. That's 4hims.com/joy for your free online visit. FORHIMS.com/JOY.
When you run a business, you need to be in control. And while you can't control everything that happens in the world of business, you can definitely take control of your utility expenses with the help of Harmon Solar. Give them a call and see how your company can save up to 80% on that monthly electric bill with zero down and no payments for 12 months. Harmon Solar is a local family-owned company that uses top-of-the-line equipment. Call Harmon Solar, 800-281-3189. That's 800-281-3189. Or go to harmonsolar.com.
I'm here to tell you about a technological shocker. Believe it or not, you can listen to us on your smart speaker.
That's shocking.
Wow. What a world we live in. All you have to do is say, listen to 1580 The Fanatic.
State Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. 0143 says, didn't somebody get clunked in the head with a piece of concrete at a Diamondback game last year? Did they? By the way, 0143, you've been texting long enough that unless you get yourself a texture nickname, I'm not reading any more of your texts. You know what I'm saying? You've been hanging around, the edge of the party. It's time for a nickname for you. 0143. So make it happen. But is that true about the concrete on the noggin?
I don't know, but I was reading somewhere that they didn't do fireworks last year either, so it couldn't have been from that.
Well, my wife and I went. This is like I don't know, way pre COVID time, so I don't know. A Wings 22 says it's Yankees universe, Jeffrey. Oh, shut up!
Oh, wow, Yankees universe.
Not right now. It's not, is it, pal? It's not
really
even close.
A description of the size of your egos, not what your baseball team's doing, because it's rough out there, guys.
Had to expand the universe just for your thought process. The Big T says, if you smoke enough for the devil's lettuce, you'll see your own fireworks. Yeah, that's all fine and good, but I wanted to bring the kids. So
I'll just pass the bong around, I guess.
Oh man, there's jokes. I'm just got to stop myself. Wilbur says, Jeffrey, you need to read the text slower so the Raider fans can understand. Jesus, Wilbur, what are you trying to start here, man? I actually have no problem with Raider fans. I like Raider fans, and I've appreciated the Raiders. I've gotten to know a lot of them when I was in Southern Cal doing radio. A lot of good people, a lot of very, very family oriented. Gang will do that for you. Good people. Prison is like a family that'll do that for you. It just brings you closer, sometimes closer than you've ever imagined, if you know what I mean. Anyway, so no, I'm cool with the Raider folks.
No, you're not.
And I really am. No,
come on.
And I actually, had some respect for that team for a minute, and then the whole Derek Carr, he's a dope. I'm sorry, that guy's something's missing. You know what I'm saying? Something is missing in him. Him and Russell Wilson should be like best friends. They're both pretty cringy when they talk. Derek Carr, I don't know. Every time I hear him talk or I read something he said, he's just a bit below Russell Wilson when it comes to cringe.
So let's define cringe. What do you mean? Like, let's go Russell Wilson. What does he say that's cringy?
Because
are you kidding?
I don't think that Derek Carr and Russell Wilson are in the same
no
stratosphere. Broncos country lets ride when you are winning every game by a single point or just losing horrifically is a level of cringe unto itself.
I don't on that was when he showed up and hadn't done anything and started that crap. That was when it was even more cringy. It was cringy enough because of what you said. But when Russell Wilson showed up and he's just like, yeah, you're like, no, what?
It's just he ends every interview with it, and it's just like you guys are underachieving.
He's done that his whole career.
Yeah, but this is a new team, and you don't have to do it when the season is that season.
But he wasn't expecting that season.
But
at some point you should probably stop.
You're about three or four games in. You can go ahead and turn the volume down on that. That's fine.
We're not doing this today, but I am in the future going to play Who Said It, Derek Carr or Russell Wilson. We're going to have this game because
is there a Kirk Cousins edition as well? Because Kirk is there in terms of just like, man, what?
Okay. Let's say that. Okay. I'm not going to tell you who this is. You tell me who you think it is that said this. Derek Carr, Russell Wilson.
Okay.
And okay. So it says, well, it doesn't make sense. See the context. It's Derek Carr. But let me tell you what he said that was so damn cringy. When they benched him, when the Raiders benched him, he says, I was upset. I was mad. They made my wife cry.
That could be either one.
Yeah, that honestly could go both ways. It
could have been either one.
I mean, it's just that Russ Wilson didn't get benched, but either guy could have said that. Yeah.
Yes.
Once they made my wife cry, that was pretty much over. Once they made her cry, I was out. But the love for my teammates is what probably would have made me do it. But the way it worked out, it's just come on, Derek.
Well, Derek Carr just has no room to. He just needs to shut up. I mean, he has nothing to even go back on. He's never been a good quarterback. He's never had a good year. Just shut up. Russell Wilson at least was great for years until he got married, and then his career went downhill. And
everybody
now he
thinks
sucks.
that.
Oh no, it's a fact. It's an absolute fact. He changed when he got married. She changed him. She Hollywooded
He's
him.
always a goober.
No, but
you just didn't get to see how much of a goober.
I'm telling you, she Hollywood him, and now he's this guy.
Hollywooded
him. She turned him into this guy that's interested in doing his photo shoots and playing with all the big boys in Hollywood. Took his mind off his game. His game started to suffer. She ruined him. She's a piece of garbage. But anyway,
damn.
Because he
was her name, Sierra.
Yeah. I don't know.
I don't like her.
I don't think she's a piece of garbage.
She's garbage.
She's
garbage.
As a Seahawk fan, you can understand where it's coming from.
I guess.
She ruined a man. Ruined him. When a woman ruins you, Keon, you will understand.
If a woman can ruin you, are you really a man?
Yes, they ruin us all sometimes.
I think we do our fair share of damage.
Pippi No Stockings text in 3, 2, 1.
I'm waiting. Cardinal Art says Russ Wilson is worse than DJ Khaled and Belichick with very same sayings every time he speaks. Sheesh. What?
I mean, I wouldn't throw Belichick in there because Belichick
No.
has things that he repeats all the time because he doesn't give a damn and would rather not be talking to the media in the first
Yeah,
place.
that's fair.
He has a script that he just repeats basically because he just doesn't want to be there. That's a little different.
Fifth letter says, nah, Fourth Dimension is pretty badass, so I'll let this one slide. Blender Nation, just listen, baby. Wow, I like that.
Well, that's actually kind of
pretty
cool.
cool.
Again, probably bigger than we deserve, but still cool.
Yeah.
Still cool. Still cool.
Oh, it's this wee stuff, Cam.
I don't know.
I was actually starting to get into it. Thundar the Sound Barbarian says, I want to be part of Blender Nation. No to Raiders or Red Sox. Red Sox is how you put it. Well, that thank you. But we're not starting a nation. I don't even know how do you file the paperwork. You do. I mean, do I have to go to New York to the headquarters of the United Nations to submit this? How does this work?
It's a great
Never
question.
been part of a nation before. So Boomer Sooner says, I know the 83. Fantastic. Against the spreads. I have no idea what that meant.
The P83 that
He's talking about P83.
Ralph mentioned that earlier.
Okay.
The 83.
Okay. Thank God that made sense. I was about to send somebody over to Boomer Sooner's house.
Just a wellness check. Just
getting worried.
Doing all right there, buddy.
Damn, it turns out it's me. I'm the problem.
Wow.
Navy Brad says, I'll say this, the greatest fireworks display I've ever seen was the USS Missouri firing her 16-inch guns. That was awesome. Yeah, I'd like to see that.
Me too. That'd be cool.
Against the spread says, what's going on, fellas? Good day. I'm sick of people complaining about the temperature. My 9-year-old son, Mac, just shot a 109 at Papago from the Whites in the heat. There you go, against the spread. Haven't heard from you in a minute. Football's getting ready to start back up. So I would imagine we'll start to get some good advice from Against the Spread when it comes to betting. He's our resident gambling expert. Oh, you know who I had communications with is Rosalie Michaels. She just want to see, hey, are you ready for fantasy football? And she's like, yes, but.
Oh, here we go.
No. This is actually kind of cool. I'm going to give her a pass. She's actually going to be in Italy for like the first 4 weeks of the NFL season. And I'm like, yeah, I can't fault you for that. So she's going to join us in October to give fantasy football advice. But here's the other thing. In the Blender League, Premier League, she's going to auto draft. We have a chance.
She's in trouble.
Oh, no.
We have a chance. No, because it's flipped over. It'd be in the middle of the night. So, and she's already got a golden blender. She's won it. She's like, I don't even care. So this gives the rest of us, not you, Keon, you're out.
I mean, obviously,
yeah. But it gives the rest of us a chance.
I forgot about that.
Yeah. He's been relegated, I think, as they say.
So does this mean we're going to have a surge September?
A what? No.
Sir?
In fact, that was in my email. I'll never have the siege back on again. The guy was a nightmare.
Just every time you talk to him, it's just like somehow in a combination of both a hallway and a phone booth. I don't know how he managed to pull that off is unbelievable, quite frankly.
And in the end, when I was like, hey, listen, I appreciate it. Well, now he was very salty and unfollowed me on Twitter immediately. I was like, wow.
He was salty one of the last times he was on the air, too.
Well, I know it.
I remember
it's like,
that.
Get your life together,
it's just
douchebag.
like, come on. How salty can you be when literally every time he was on the show, we had to hear. So what are you talking about? Those Jets running backs there. I think that you could actually start Breece Hall. Like, come on, man.
Yeah, I mean,
that's good, man.
It's just so I don't know what we're going to do the first 4 weeks. I don't know what we're going to do. I asked her in the email. I said, hey, you know anybody can fill in for you for 4 weeks? And her response to me was like my response to Boomer Sooner. Fantastic. So I guess we're going to have to hobble through the first 4 weeks of the fantasy football season without her help, but she'll be back in the October. 0143 says, okay, I'll get a name. Do I have to pick the name? Well, the best nickname you'll ever have in your life is picked by you. Randy's not in at the moment. What was a really good Butt Thunder?
Butt Thunder's a really good one.
Yeah, but
Steel Brow. I remember that's always in the rotation.
I don't know, man. Work it out. We can help you.
Trouser cough. It's in the rotation there.
Or you just tell me a bunch about yourself, and I'll see if I can just come up with something good. I'm pretty good at coming up with them too. You know, Boogie was mine. I said, I want a friend named Boogie. And I offered like a dinner gift certificate. And all of a sudden, the guy who's now Boogie's like, I'll take it. It turned out he's one of the best texters we've ever had. I say that because I know he's not listening. If he was listening, I'd be like, he's all right. He's mediocre.
You don't want to go into his head.
Whatever. Straight Striper says, some of us Raider fans are intelligent and respectful members of society. Both of you? No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding, Straight Striper. I'll finish reading your text when we come back. It is 1 hour down and 2 to go. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same, but is 95% cheaper? And you can get it online? Just go to 4hims.com/joy. Through Hims, you'll get a free medical consultation, discreet shipping if prescribed, a 100% online process, and trusted generic alternatives to the name brands at up to 95% off. That's right. Get generic for Viagra, the same active ingredient as brand name Viagra, but for 95% less. It's the same medication, still prescribed by a licensed medical provider, but with zero copay, no expensive appointments, and no awkward face-to-face conversations. To start your free online visit, you need to go to this exclusive address, 4hims.com/joy. That's 4hims.com/joy for your free online visit. FORHIMS.com/JOY.
For the latest from the world of golf, tune in every Saturday morning from 6 to 8 for the Golf Shop Radio Show, presented by PlayGolfMyrtleBeach.com, the golf capital of the world. Hosts Mark Greenhelch and Matt Blanchard talk golf from tee to green and everything in between. If you like golf, you're going to love Golf Shop Radio. Before you tee up, drop on in. Welcome to the Golf Shop here on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Wendy's is open till midnight or later, so you can give in to the craving and go night mode. Now all of your favorite menu items just got their bedtime extended. You can get what you want even later, like the Baconator with 6 strips of bacon, or the perfect fries and frosty duo. If you're up later, then so are we. So go ahead and pull through the drive-thru. When the craving hits, go night mode at Wendy's. Open till midnight or later. All right, see ya later.
At participating U.S. Wendy's, hours may vary.
Don't let your kids get fooled by the people they meet on social media. It may start as an innocent conversation, but those strangers are using their relationship to deal drugs to your kids. If you think tiny pills can't do much harm, think again. Fentanyl can end it all. Find resources at talknowaz.com. Don't let your kids get fooled. Talk to them and visit talknowaz.com. This message is sponsored by the Substance Abuse Coalition Leaders of Arizona.
Seems like everything is going electric these days. Electric cars, electric trucks. But what you save on gas, you pay for with that electric bill. With all these things being plugged into your house, wouldn't it be nice to save up to 85% on your monthly electric bill? Well, you can do that with zero down and no payments for 12 months. Call Harmon Solar. Harmon Solar is a family-owned, woman-owned local company that uses top-of-the-line equipment. Call Harmon Solar, 800-281-3189. That's 800-281-3189. Or go to harmonsolar.com.
Live from the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale.
This is KQFN Tempe.
Also transmitting on K25CZ Phoenix at 99.3 FM.
And K240 U Fountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
All right, people, settle down.
Because it's time.
Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's 4 o'clock here on the Daily Blender. I'm your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, not alongside Randy White. He'll be back tomorrow. We got Ralph from Harmon Solar with us. We got Keon Rose in the control room, and we got you guys on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580. As we broadcast live in the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale. I got to tell you, Ralph being here is like contributing to the delinquency of minors. We have not got anything done this entire day. Like, we talked a little bit about baseball, and then everything just sort of stopped. The entire work stopped, and it's like trying to turn this into a Friday show or something. And I got a full bank of texts on the text line, and we just barely talked about baseball for like a half a minute.
And
What
it's
the
my
hell
fault.
kind of show is this turning into?
It's my fault.
By the way, did you tell Pippi? I did not mean to read it that way.
I didn't tell her that yet. She was driving, so.
Oh, geez, she's probably driving off the road.
Yeah.
888-368-1580. Fifth letter says, Ralph, you ever go to Biggs? Place is very cool. Good prices, cold beer.
No, I've never even heard.
Where's Biggs?
Yeah.
Is that like a Seahawk bar full of sadness and shame? And
I've never heard of Biggs.
Pink Eye says, good afternoon, fellas. Any live update on Madonna?
Jeez.
Did she die?
She's in the ICU. She had some bacterial thing going on. I don't know.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. You mean all that plastic surgery? You think, how could she ever get infected?
Between that and whatever's been inside her. Yeah.
True. There's been a lot of ways she can be infected. Many years.
Yeah.
Had no idea, Mr. Pink Eye, and you probably will not get live updates here on Madonna.
I don't see that.
Fundar the Sound Barbarian says, I auto drafted in Blender League last year. I did okay. But did you win your league? That's the question. Did you win your league? Watch her do it. That'll just piss me off. Watch Rosalie Michaels auto draft and then come in and win the whole damn thing. That I might just quit. That'll be the last year of fantasy football for me.
Or just end the relationship with her at that point.
Yeah. Like, oh no, we're good. We got Siege back. We're good.
Yeah.
Navy Brad says Missouri is a museum now. Look on YouTube. Lots of videos showing the guns firing. Thank you, Navy Brad. Gansas Brad says, yep, I'm getting ready for football season. Always take a break after the NCAA tournament. Still the gambling off season for me. Let me ask you a question real fast. I hate week 0 in college football. I hate week 0. Do you bet week 0? They call it week 0. There's like a bunch of people who play games in college football, and then the next week everybody else starts. And they call that week 1. I hate that so much. I do hate. Do you bet week 0 against the spread? Is that when you start betting again, week 0, or do you wait till the NFL?
I mean, the teams that are playing are actual teams. Like it's Navy and Notre Dame. Idaho State, San Diego State. It's not like a superpower team of any kind, but they are games that you can bet. You have information on.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Just bet it.
I hate. Just call it week 1. Just call it week 1.
Just college football programs have a little bit more power and flexibility.
Why does that bother me and nobody else?
I have no idea. I
feel like we should all be okay. Can you just get behind me on this, please? Can I get a little support?
Like it's completely unreasonable, but like
Ralph it doesn't even give a crap.
No, I mean,
Keon has just accepted it.
It should bother the teams more than you. Would you want to be a team playing on week 0? That means you're 0.
Yeah, that's right. You're big fat 0.
Right. So
almost none of the teams that matter play then.
Right.
It's just all of like all the other these are teams that are trying to get a little bit of attention, trying to take advantage of the fact that no one is playing. College football schedules are open up to a little bit more flexibility than most sports, so they put their games ahead of what the NCAA has officially as week 1, and they're allowed to do that. So it can't call it week 1. Because the NCAA is like, no, this is week 1. These teams just decided to play their games before week 1. What do we call that?
It shouldn't be allowed. Shouldn't be allowed. I mean, it angers me. I don't know why. Straight Striper says, yeah, I remember the day you named Boogie was the first day I heard the show and texted in. Haven't left since that day. Boogie was picked appropriately. He's awesome. Even though we haven't met, he feels like a distant cousin. Yeah, last year at the fantasy football draft,
like a drunk distant cousin last year.
he was like your drunk uncle at any party. It was amazing. I really enjoyed Drunk Boogie, and thankfully he had a ride home and everything. But he was
drunk Boogie sitting next to me and trying to give me a pep talk on why I should be positive about my football team is probably one of the most fun things that's ever happened to me.
And you can smell the alcohol in his beard, and
because he was missing his mouth a lot.
His shirt would come up a little bit on his stomach. And you're like, hey, like this is the best day ever.
Boogie is a high level trash talker. It's fun. He's a fun guy.
Oh, yeah. I'm looking forward to it. Straight Striper also said earlier, and I'll finish this text because we were just talking about Blender Nation being a thing or not, and then Raider Nation. And I said nice things about Raider Nation. I do have a lot of respect for, there's a small group of them that, they're trouble. And then there's a large group of them who like you to think they're trouble. Because it puts on a tough guy persona, you know what I'm saying? And, but most of them are good people. So Straight Striper says, some of us Raider fans are intelligent and we're respectful members of society. The insults are lowbrow and easy to make and unoriginal. Please be a little more clever with the insults. If you're going to be loquacious, make sure you're saying something. I'll patiently wait for a good insult to the black and silver. Oh, don't do that to me, Straight Striper.
It's not even about that. I've been to Raider games at the Coliseum and I have to wear Raider gear so I don't get beat up.
Yeah. It's never a good idea to wear anything other than black.
You have no choice. I would buy Raider gear just to go to the games. And then you couldn't even pull for your own team. I was at a Jets Raider playoff game long time ago, back when Wesley Walker was on the Jets. I mean, and you couldn't, Gastineau was getting there sacking, and you couldn't do anything. You had to sit there and watch and just like applaud the Raiders because otherwise people start going after you.
It's like an inside scream.
Yeah. So, their fans are a piece of work. So,
well, I mean, not all of them, but
not
yes,
all of them,
right.
but a lot of them.
Get anybody liquored up. I mean, my mom, a nice lady, get her good and liquored up, and she'll F you up. She'll take you outside and roll you around by the garbage cans, beat the hell out of you. And she'll probably break a bottle and threaten you with it. I'm just saying. Pro Dog says Biggs is in the P83, yo. So what is Biggs though? What is Biggs? I take it it's a sports bar, but is it a Seahawk joint or what is it? But
I don't know if I don't think there's any Seahawk joints this side of town. The only Seahawk joint that I know of is Skeptical Chemist over on the other side.
So. Skeptical Chemist. Oh my God, what a horrible name! Like if my Colts, if that was a Colts bar, I'd be done. I'm a Cardinal fan now. I can't. Skeptical Chemist. What a frou-frou name for a sports bar. It's a sports bar.
It's an English pub.
I'm sure that,
that makes sense.
Somebody on the squad of the sales goons for CRC Broadcasting are like, well, we'll mark that one off the list. They're yes, beer nuts. We're having a draft party again. Yes, maybe not a Skeptical Chemist now, but
Randy's house.
Yeah, well, who knows? I mean, I don't know where yet, but I do know that it's being worked on. But this year, I've been like, guys, you got to let us know a month out so everybody can make their plans. And one thing we are going to do this year is make sure. I think we've done Labor Day weekend a couple of times. This time, we're not doing Labor Day weekend. We're going to do the weekend of August 26th or 5th, which is that. It's August 20th. If we do it on Saturday, it'll be August 26th. There is some tinkering around thinking we might do it on a Friday evening. I don't know. I mean, what could go wrong mixing a drunk Blender Nation with a drunk bunch of regulars someplace? Jeez. Could be fun. So it'll be that weekend. So I don't know if Labor Day weekend has been a problem for anybody at the draft party. By the way, we do this draft party thing. Even if you don't play fantasy football, you can still come join us. You just hang out, have a good time, watch the weirdness. And believe me, there will be weirdness. Always is. Ralph, have you ever been to our draft parties?
I've never been to one, so I'm looking forward to going this year.
Oh, dear. We're going to need security.
Yeah,
888-368-1580. Thundar, the San Barbarian, says, I was on the Premier League Super Bowl, but I had two players, T. Higgins, and in that game got canceled because that injury to the Bills player. Oh, my God, that's right, Thundar. That's right. What a mess that was last year. Stupid DeMar Hamlin. God, what's wrong with that guy? Oh, that's right. He's a saint. No, he's actually a good guy. They're giving some sort of a award to the personal training staff of the Bills because they didn't let the kid die. So I think that's nice. That's nice. You've done your job to the at least bare minimum. Guy didn't die, so they're all going to get a plaque or something. I don't know.
In an insanely unprecedented situation where you're not prepared for something like that happening. Yeah, I mean,
clearly they were prepared.
Yeah,
he lived.
He lived, but I don't think that that's a bare minimum situation. When a guy has his heart stop on the field, and you're able to resuscitate
the heart is already stopped, can't you just pick him up, take him over the sidelines, and keep the game going?
As it turns out,
does it have to be?
I mean, if you ask Skip Bayless, potentially yes, but
So
for everybody
I'm
else
just
with a
being
soul,
facetious.
no, you can't do that.
I don't know what I'm saying right now. I'll be honest. I'm just talking crap. Let's see. Bruno Baller says August 26th. That's week 0 in college football. So there'll be games to watch, but none that'll keep you from coming to the event. You know, they'll probably be on some screens wherever these screens might be. But yeah, I don't think that's a big deal. King of Kenton says skeptical chemist because the Union Jack and it's permanently closed couldn't compete with Twin Peaks over there in Scottsdale. Oh, so a place I don't have to worry about. I talk crap about. So they closed down.
Oh, that was the only bar that I knew of, the Seattle bar.
I don't understand. So you're saying there's another bar called the Union Jack that because it exists, closed down Skeptical Chemist, or I'm confused. And Boomer Sooner, you're right about the profanity you've uttered about Skip Bayless. I don't even have to say it. Most anybody can just imagine it, and you'd be right. Skip Bayless is you are correct.
Nobody disagrees.
Fifth letter says used to be the old Hooters over there at P83, if you know what I'm talking about there. And I know you do.
I do actually know what you're talking about.
Of course you do.
Yeah. Okay, I know where it is.
Biggs American Bar and Grill. Now,
Yeah, okay,
what
I
nobody
know
has
that.
answered is that a Seahawks bar or just a cool place to go?
Probably not. I've been there. I mean, I think no, I haven't been there, but I know where it is. But now I'm gonna go.
I don't know if we're going to talk to any NFL football today. I just have a feeling it's going to take forever to get there. I still got a bunch of baseball sitting here in front of me to talk about. You know, got a lot of Brooks Koepka. How you doing? He says, I missed the details. What's this draft party? Beer me. Yeah, give that man a beer, would you there, Keon? It's for our Daily Blender Fantasy Football Leagues. We've got like 13, and we could have 14. We could have 17. It doesn't matter. If enough people who are new say, hey, I want to play, we'll start up another league for you. But we have Daily Blender Fantasy Football Leagues, and there is a Premier League, and then there are the basic leagues. And what you're doing in your league is try to win a championship so you can join us in the Premier League. And then 4 teams in, 4 teams out every season. But even if you're a champion of one of the other Daily Blender Fantasy Football Leagues, you may not have a high enough point total to get into the Premier League. But that's okay because Harmon Solar has kind of eased the pain by giving you cash prizes. So everybody who wins a league wins a cash prize and then a chance to get in the Premier League where the cash prize is even bigger. So that is sort of what's going on. And we like to have a big party every year, Brooks Koepka, where we do a live fantasy football draft. We don't do that part on air. We'll have a show before it, but then we concentrate on the actual draft after. And it's a lot of fun. People talking a lot of crap, and we give away prizes. And it's even if you're not drafting, even if you're not part of it, it's still a lot of fun. But you should join. And here's how you join. If you want to be in one of our fantasy football leagues and you're not yet, just send me an email, blender@1580thefanatic.com, and say, hey, I want to play fantasy football, and I will get you into one of the leagues, or we'll start some leagues. There's always some people who drop off, some people I kick out. I catch like 2 people in different leagues and stuff, or they're commingling in the same league trying to cheat. It's like, come on, man. Why work so hard to win $100? Just ruining it for everybody else. But I'll be able to get you into an existing league, or if there's no place to go, we've always had the ability to start another league. There's always somebody new who comes along. So Brooks Koepka, if you'd like to be a part of it, I'll forgive your live status and let you go ahead and play. Bruno Baller says, did you know that Skip Bayless has a twin brother named Rick, and he used to have a cooking show on PBS? Dick Bayless? Huh. I don't believe you. Pro Dog says, it's a cool place, but it's not a Seahawk bar. So why?
He's just asking because it's on this side of town, and
just okay. Yeah. You gonna go check it out?
Sure.
Okay. Let us know.
I will.
It's probably too far on that side of town to do the draft party. We want to try to have a central location if we can.
Yeah. You don't want everybody to come to one end or the other.
No, and I don't want to go to the West Valley too much because people get shot. Hefty Lefties, what? You don't act like it doesn't happen a lot over
West
there.
West Valley is safer than where you live.
People are getting shot all the time in the West Valley. When's the last time you heard of a shooting? Well, outside of a school. When's the last time you heard of a shooting in Queen Creek?
Exactly.
You don't hear anything about Queen Creek.
It's kind of new.
It's, you know.
So we bought this house and we were like, well, this is kind of a silly place. And then between then and now, the population has doubled. You know, and imagine what you know of Queen Creek times 2. We can't wait to move. 888-368-1580. Hefty Lefty says, today is June 28th. Let's be real. The most exciting NFL news right now is impending year suspensions for gambling players and that it's John Elway's toothy birthday. Oh, okay. Well, happy toothy birthday to John Elway. I was going to bring up, of course, everybody's like, Colts. Well, it doesn't mean all of the players that are going to get in trouble are Colts. They said today that all these guys are probably going to get season-long suspensions. And the one you know about the most is Isaiah Rodgers. Now, Isaiah Rodgers, that dumbass, he gambled like 100 different times, and some of the times were on Colts games. Still don't have the information if he betted against the Colts or for the Colts. If he bets against the Colts, he should be banned from the league forever. Amen. And he's a great player. So for me to say that, you know I'm serious. But if he just betted on the Colts to win, then you're like, all right, idiot, go sit out for a year. Think about what you've done, and they'll come on back. Keep doing push-ups. But it turns out there's some other players who might get year suspensions. And here are some of the possibilities. Nominated, seems like an award show. Nominated to be suspended for a year for gambling. The Lions wide receiver Quintez Cephas. He should be suspended just for the name. I don't know. I think I said it
himself.
Quintez Cephas. There's just a lot going on there. Safety CJ Moore and Commanders defensive lineman Shakatoni, who I think probably should get a reduced sentence because he has an awesome name. Shakatoni. Is that how you say it? Shakatoni.
Yeah.
Shakatoni. And they're saying that wait. No. Oh, no. Okay, those guys were. Oh, I'm sorry. I got that wrong. Stanley Berryhill was suspended 6 games. Cephas and Moore and Shakatoni, they all got 6 games. Oh, no, wait. Although they were suspended indefinitely for betting. Well, I don't understand. Well, who are these other players then? I know Calvin Ridley. He had a whole year,
but he was the first guy like during last season.
Well, I thought you told me these guys were possibles. Now it's like there's a bunch of unknown people we don't even know are going to get suspended for a year.
It's not that they're possibles, but we just don't know what their suspension's going to be yet. We don't.
Well, the guys I just listed, that all of that was just listed 6 games and then 1 for longer. So indefinitely, I guess that.
Yeah, they haven't decided. The indefinite is they don't know how the league is basically saying you're suspended until we figure out what to do with
you. So we're going to figure out what they're going to do with them.
Yeah. So, I mean, he might get 6 games. He may get a full season.
Isaiah Rodgers is so cooked. 100 different bets and on the Colts.
100 different bets.
Oh, God.
That should be death penalty. I mean,
he was just digging himself a nice hole.
The NFL is powerful enough to kill a guy.
Well, NFL death penalty. He should be out of the league. He
bet on his career. That.
He bet on his own team. That's death penalty.
Yeah. Now betting for your team,
for or against, that's death penalty.
Listen, Pete Rose not getting back into baseball wasn't because he betted on the Reds. It was because he was an a-hole about it and denied it, and he was a lot of trouble with it and just pissed people off and was a jerk about everything. That is what has sort of carried his sentence on forward. Isaiah Rodgers has said, this is on me. I take full responsibility. My bad. Maybe I didn't understand the rules as much, but still it's on me. Take full responsibility. So I don't think it's going to be death penalty style, but he's going to do a year. Oh, you're just mad because he's on my team and he's good.
I don't agree with a player that goes, I didn't understand the rules. You're an idiot. Of course you did. It's just common sense. You don't bet on games that you're playing.
You assume a lot about these guys.
Well, I mean, come on. I mean, they have to have half a brain.
Pippi No Stocking says, Jeffrey, I heard your comment on hot yoga. In the last hour, I misread a text where she said, hot yoga, is that when Ralph is the yoga instructor? But I thought it said, is that when Ralph is in the yoga instructor? And I felt bad about it. It was a mistake. But she says, I don't believe for 1 second that flub was an honest mistake. You are constantly ganging up on poor Ralph. And let me just tell you this right now.
I like it.
That went a whole different direction. I thought I was in trouble. You're welcome, Pippi No Stockings. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
Next up, straight talk from Doug.
Ever notice that saying no offense is offensive? Like, no offense, but you're overpaying for your wireless. See? Offensive.
That's the Straight Talk Talking. Get unlimited plans as low as $35 a month from Straight Talk and America's most reliable 5G network. Available at Walmart and Walmart.com. On the $35 plan, first 10 gigabytes data at high speed, then 2G speeds. Refer to the latest terms at straighttalk.com. Based on most first place rankings, Root Metrics, second half 2022 assessments of 125 metros. Experiences vary, not an endorsement.
Hey, I'm Andy. If you don't know me, it's probably because I'm not famous. But I did start a men's grooming company called Harry's. The idea for Harry's came out of a frustrating experience I had buying razor blades. Most brands were overpriced, overdesigned, and out of touch. At Harry's, our approach is simple. Here's our secret. We make sharp, durable blades and sell them at honest prices for as low as $2 each. We care about quality so much that we do some crazy things, like buy a world-class German blade factory. Obsessing over every detail means we're confident in offering a 100% quality guarantee. Millions of guys have already made the switch to Harry's. So thank you if you're one of them. And if you're not, we hope you give us a try with this special offer. Get a Harry's starter set with a 5-blade razor, weighted handle, shave gel, and a travel cover. All for just $3 plus free shipping. Just go to harrys.com and enter code TRUST at checkout. That's harrys.com, code TRUST. Enjoy.
Red, white, and dew savings are happening now at the Home Depot. Prep for all the summer guests and gatherings with up to 60% off select patio sets now at the Home Depot. Shop and save on a wide variety of sets and styles to find what suits your patio best for another season of hosting with the most. Find the perfect pieces for your space with up to 60% off select patio sets. So sit back and relax into red, white, and dew savings happening now at the Home Depot. How doers get more done.
Imagine if you had a chance to change a child's life, to protect our public lands, to help our veterans, to create a healthier Arizona. When you sign up for AmeriCorps, you have the chance to make a difference. Part-time or full-time, student or senior, AmeriCorps is for everyone. Sign up at serve.az.gov. That's serve.az.gov. This message is sponsored by the Arizona Governor's Office of Youth, Faith, and Family.
There's a storm coming, crackling with lightning, pounding with thunder. A storm that crosses all borders and oceans. This is the NFL. Coming this fall, experience all the regular season games, playoffs, and the ultimate prize. Super Bowl 58, live from Las Vegas. The NFL returns to 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic, your exclusive home for the NFL and Super Bowl 58.
So Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. Oh man, we can't seem to get off this text line, man. It just it's flowing. It's flowing like jazz. Or your Aunt Martha. I don't know what to tell you right now. Navy Brad wants to know if we're doing another Hall of Fame for the texters in the Blender Nation. I don't know, one of these days. Walter Mellon says, hey, Jeffrey, some time for investigative. Little investigative. I got to thinking circle of death, so I don't know the rest of that sentence right now. Yeah, just spinning away there. All right, well, I can't finish reading that until my computer comes back. So good. Now I can focus on finishing up the baseball stuff I wanted to talk about real fast. Hey, let me ask you, Corbin Carroll, could he be the Rookie of the Year and the MVP? Could it happen?
I mean, it's possible, but it's not likely.
Why not? He's really, really good.
He is really, really good. But
the mullet itself lends to that.
There's this dude in Atlanta, Ronald Acuna. That guy's on fire. I mean,
no, he's a punk.
Might be, but he's the punk playing the best baseball in the National League.
I don't know if he's a punk. I don't know.
I mean,
I hear
sure, but he's awesome.
It'd be cool if Corbin Carroll could do it. I mean, he'll be Rookie of the Year for the National League, matter what, right?
Not necessarily. There's a few guys.
Who's better than Corbin Carroll as a rookie right now?
I mean, what's Corbin Carroll's numbers? I have to look.
34 homers. He's on pace for 34 homers, 47 steals, and 122 runs scored.
You can't go what he's on pace for. You have to go what is he actually at.
I don't have those numbers.
Okay, so I'd like to know
But they're lots. He's got lots, Ralph.
There's a lot of good rookies this year.
Nobody better than Corbin Carroll. He's front runner, and it pains you to admit it.
I don't think he's the front runner, but I'd have to look.
Although you haven't named anybody. You haven't named anybody that is better than Corbin Carroll.
Ellie De La Cruz.
I didn't ask you, Keon.
From Cincinnati.
Are you
he's
actually
really good.
saying the?
No, I'm saying they're in the. He's very much in the
National League?
conversation.
Is he in the National League?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's for the Reds.
Let's get him traded.
Get him out of the National League.
I think he hit like an 800-foot home run the other day. I mean, he's a beast.
And then he steals bases like it's easy. I mean, he's just insane. So I would say those two guys, I think, are the front runners.
There's a couple other too.
It's going to be Corbin Carroll.
No,
the way he's playing, it's going to be him. You'll see. You'll see. You'll see. You'll see. You'll see.
I mean, okay.
All right. Walter Mellon earlier, I was trying to read this. He says, some time for some investigative reporting. Is Bruce Koepka using, it's not Bruce, it's Brooks. If so, where is he located? And is that where said Rio Brooks Koepka lives? I think he means Rio. Or is he on tour recently? You don't have to say it out loud if it's really him or his location. I have no reason to believe it's not Brooks Koepka. I have no reason to believe it is Brooks Koepka. I can only take him at his word. You know, I mean, let's be honest. I thought for 4 years you were watermelon. So I don't know if I'm really the person to trust with this information. Pro Dog says in Dubs in Goodyear. That's a good Seahawks bar. In Dubs? Is it
Dubs?
In dash DUBS? Is that really the name of it? Why are we trying to find Ralph a Seahawks bar? Why would we do that?
Because it's the funnest experience you'll ever have as a football fan. Go to a Seahawks bar.
I can't imagine there's a Colts bar here. I
bet you there is.
I bet there's not.
There's a Commanders bar apparently, and I that's just a concept I'm still struggling to wrap my mind around.
I don't know. I would be stunned if there was a Colts bar.
I bet there is.
Thundar Santa Barbarian says, I'll text about football for you, Jeffrey. No way in hell the Colts beat my Broncos in the field this year. Oh, you're serious. He says, mostly because they won't play this year.
Oh, nice loophole.
And I don't think either team's going to make the postseason. But, hey, I got to get my wins where I can get them. I don't know what we got with Anthony Richardson yet. I don't even know what we got with Gardner Minshew. I don't know what we got with the rest of the team to get all cocky and try to make any kind of promises about my Colts. I can 100% tell you the Cardinals are going to suck. I 100% can tell you that the Seahawks are going to be underwhelming, and Ralph is going to be sad about that.
Crazy.
But
crazy.
The Broncos, wow, that is a question mark, isn't it? You know, whether or not cringy Russ Wilson will actually get back to his previous form, I doubt it. Or, you know, the Broncos going to have another, Nathaniel Hackett kind of season. You can't with Sean Payton. You just can't. You can have a bad season, but it won't be as bad as with Hackett. It just can't.
No, I mean, there were games that Nathaniel Hackett, I think 2 of them I can think of off the top of my head, because they were back-to-back games at that. He specifically lost them because he didn't know how to manage a clock. Sean Payton won't do that. At the very least, even if the stats are similar and the numbers are the same, the games where it's close and the coach has to manage the clock for you to win, Sean Payton's going to win those.
I wonder if there's going to be a bounty gate. Hear me out. Let's say the season is already not going well. Do you think he'll put out a bounty for somebody to take out Russ Wilson?
Well, he wasn't the one that created. I mean, he was the head coach, so that's why he got the suspension, because that's your team. You should know what's going on. But Greg Williams was the defensive coordinator, and he was the one that created it. And he created it at other teams he coached at where he was the defensive coordinator. So I don't think it's going to be that with Sean Payton.
Now Sean Payton has
Greg.
the idea. He has the idea
that he got
how to get rid of cringy Russ Wilson.
I mean, you can't put out a bounty to other teams, though. I mean,
nobody.
I don't think that's how.
He needs him. He can't get rid of him. He needs him to be what he was.
He will not be.
Have you seen him working out this offseason? I will give this to Russell Wilson. When he puts his wife on the shelf and he actually focuses on football, he's a hell of a player. And he seems really hyper focused this offseason. So you could see the old Russ this year. It's very possible.
I guess we will see. We will see if we
it's
see.
possible.
Mars Bars 805 says happy Whiskey Wednesday, fellas, and Ralph. Jeffrey, ready for the A's game today? I'm sure you're going to go for them, right? He says, I'll take an 805, please. He says, go A's and go Diamondbacks. F the Doncos and Elway. Why would I go for the A's, by the way? But are you playing the Yankees? Is that what you're trying to tell me? Are they playing the Yankees? I bet that's it. If they're playing the Yankees, go A's. Yeah. That's the only way. I'd say anything other than go Diamondbacks. Wilbur,
that is exactly what's happening. Yeah.
Go get them, boys. Wilbur says Seattle's Geno Smith should be suspended. And then when he returns the following year, he will again get the undeserved comeback player of the year award.
Suspended for what?
Why should he be suspended? For being pretty damn awesome? I don't get it.
Pretty damn awesome.
Pretty damn awesome. I mean, I've been
wanted to say for being awesome, and you're like, oh, I can't. No, I got to temper that awesome.
I've been watching some of this offseason stuff with him and the rookie receiver. Phenomenal. Just phenomenal. You guys are in trouble.
Open field with nobody in the way.
I'm telling you.
Phenomenal.
You'll see.
Everybody looks phenomenal in training camp, and you know that.
That's not true. I've been to some training camps.
No, you see, now that's you rooting for a team that's been like a playoff team roughly for the last 20 years.
Yeah.
When you've got bad teams and you go to that training camp,
never been that bad.
It doesn't matter if there were cones out there. The cones are winning.
Cones.
Defensive player of the year. His cone.
Three orange cone, 3 stripe.
Go to the Cardinal camp this year. I think the cones are going to be great.
Yeah. I don't think that's going to be a good training camp at all.
Can we like to trade for a cone on your practice squad, please? Blissful Hayes says Colts are some cheating sons of bitches. They need to be penalized by playing the Canadian football. Blissful Hayes just always shouts out dumb stuff like this about the Cardinals, the Colts, whoever. Mr. Pink Eye says, will pickleball be played at the draft party? Now you are now banned from the draft party for even suggesting that. You're going to have to earn your way back into that draft party. Let's see here. Big George says, Ralph is just a hater. Corbin Carroll is the unanimous rookie of the year in the National League, according to basically everybody out there besides Ralph.
We'll see. Number one, the season's not over at all. We're just not even at the halfway point yet. So let's get off our little horsies there. Number 2, there's a couple of great rookies besides him this year. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, but you couldn't name them earlier. So,
does it matter?
You're just hating. You're just
I'm
proving the
not
point.
hating.
You got the haterade.
You guys got a little bit of enthusiasm going right now, and you're trying to take the whole cake.
Hey, listen, we could be losing every game, but if Corbin Carroll was playing the way he's playing, you'd still make the case for rookie of the year based on his play.
Absolutely.
By itself, individual achievement had nothing to do with the Diamondbacks win or lose.
I agree with you.
I mean, it helps that there's some winning, and it's fun when I got to see it for myself. I really enjoyed it.
Here's the thing with rookies in baseball. They have a tendency to start slowing down in the second half because they're not used to that many games in a season, and they start going off game. It happens all the time. So let's see what happens.
As long as they don't cut his hair, he'll be fine. That's where the strength lies. Heavy Metal Maniac says Ralph will never give any credence to any Arizona sports team or player. Doesn't matter how good they are. It just seems like he hates on all Arizona teams.
That's not true. I've actually talked really good about the Diamondbacks this
year. You've talked mediocre about the Diamondbacks.
I've heard you guys comment that you were surprised that I'd said those things.
Yeah,
surprised you were just even mediocre in your flowers that you were giving them.
I would say early in the season it was kind of mediocre, but no, Ralph actually praised what the Diamondbacks were doing the last time he was on.
I actually did.
Don't get mad at me. In a 3 or 4 game swing, he's going to be pooping on us again.
Look, all I'm going to say to
all
of you out there, don't get mad at me for being a fan of teams that I expect to see win championships all the time when you pull for teams that don't even get there. It's not my fault, okay? I have very high expectations of my teams. You don't. Therefore, little things make you excited that wouldn't make me excited. That's all. I'm just saying, that's reality.
I'm a Colts fan. 888-368-1580. Jagdog says Salty Senorita Bar in Scottsdale. That's a Colts bar. Really? That's a Colts bar? Salty Senorita?
It's got a good name for it.
Huh. Are you just messing with me? Somebody got to show me some pictures. I don't believe you.
I've also been a little confused because I've been told that Feeney's is a Commanders bar, but every time I look up pictures of Feeney's, I see, not a flag, not a sign.
You see cowboy jerseys.
That's a trap.
Yeah, I don't feel great about it. Someone's gonna have to talk me back into that because I'm it's not close to where I live, but I'd go if it was, a Commander spot. I just want to see what it would be like. But every time I look at pictures, I don't actually see anything Washington on there, in there, or around there.
It's probably a good sign. But
yeah, you probably shouldn't go. 6816, a new texter here on the text line says, I'm interested in joining the fantasy football league. Is there a link to sign up? There's not a link, but you can just send me an email, blender@1580thefanatic.com. I don't know. Maybe I'll put a link up at our website here for that. I think we've done that in the past. But if you can just remember, blender@1580thefanatic.com, send me an email saying you want to play, and I'll get you hooked up. 6816 also says Carroll is minus 500 for rookie MVP. Acuna is currently, though, the favorite. You know what? I don't know which sports book you're talking, but they're probably not reputable.
Wow.
Carroll is in second in the odds.
Carroll is favorite for rookie of the year, and he's in second for MVP. How is that not reputable?
Behind a guy that's been in the majors for like 5 years.
Sorry.
And he's been
I
great.
misread that. No, I misread that at 6816. They got it right. Okay. You're good now. We're fine. It's reputable. It's all good.
Oh, good.
Somehow I thought Acuna was the favorite to be rookie of the year.
No,
well, yeah, that would make no sense because he's not a rookie.
I know. I get that now. I have a little blood sugar. Greg Williams should be banned from the NFL for life, says 6816. Greg Williams? Is that little midget from the 70s?
The defensive coordinator for the Saints?
Yeah, the guy.
Oh, Bounty Gate guy.
He got other coaching jobs like immediately after.
Did he?
Yeah, he was with the Jets for a little bit after that. Which I don't remember where he went after the Jets. I don't even know if he's still in the league right now, but I know he's coached in other places after that.
Interesting.
Well, this new texter, 6816, you're going to need a texter nickname too. We can help you with it, or you just pick yourself a cool nickname that you've always wanted. Because, again, this is the only place in your entire life you get to pick your nickname. Otherwise, it might not be pretty. But here, if you need our help to give you a cool nickname, it'll be a cool nickname. We're not going to saddle you with something you don't want. Brooks Koepka says, hold on, my damn screen again. I don't know what's going on here. We're just getting a huge influx of texts today, and it's messing up my my bandwidth and my system. Hey, what happened to Terry Francona? What the hell is he sick with? I guess he had to go to the hospital. Before the Guardians Royals game there, Terry Francona just wasn't able to get on the field. I don't know what his issue is there. He's getting up there in years, but Brooks Koepka says, does Watermelon really think this is Brooksy? LOL. Well, that text right there answers your question.
We try to keep it ambiguous because it's funnier that way, but
Do you have an answer on what the hell?
Yeah, he just had some lightheadedness from what it looks at. But the thing is, because he has had a history of medical complications.
Oh yeah, he's had 3 surgeries in 1 week back in 2020. He had blood clots and stuff like that, gastrointestinal issues, tons of stuff.
As of at least an hour ago,
this guy has hit his minimum. You know what I'm saying? His insurance deductible. He has hit that, guaranteed.
I mean, probably.
Parlay J says, do you guys think Russ turns it around this season?
I think he could because of Sean Payton, because a lot of what the issues to me with Russ has been basically he loves to just kind of go off script, play his own brand of backyard football. And it works to a degree when you've got, Lockett, when you've got DK Metcalf, but when you go to Denver, even though there's some talented receivers there, they don't have that familiarity with you. And it just feels like every time they bring in an offensive coordinator, Russ just kind of takes over the offense and hijacks it and turns it into whatever he wants it to be, which is nothing organized and or structured. And I think Sean Payton's not going to allow that.
The floor is lava. Okay. And what I mean by that, you're like, okay, where's the ceiling for Russ? And I'm like, well, the floor is lava. You can't do as bad as you did last year and expect to even be on a field the following year. So, this year he's got to have, I'd say, 2 games better than a winning season. He has to have 2 games better than breaking even. I know you can't break even anymore because it's an odd number of weeks in the NFL. But if he can't win 9 games, he will be gone. And I'm not sure that he can win 9 games. I know that Peyton will get the most out of him they can. Peyton, right now, watching what he's doing, knows what he is capable of and is already making adjustments either to help that deficiency of Russ Wilson or, how to work around and without. You watch the running game be a huge deal. And it's always kind of been for Denver anyway. But, yeah, if he can't win 9 games, then he's done. That's it. 9 games. And that's a very, very short bar for him to hop.
Outside of the other stuff we talked about, I mean, the problem with Russ right now is he's mortal. He lost his step. He's not that guy that has that speed that can make those plays that he did. Like Keon said, he did everything so outside of the norm. And you just can't do that anymore because you're just not fast enough anymore. So he's going to have to be better in the pocket as a true quarterback than he has been in the past. And he's going to need a running back. He needs a Marshawn Lynch type back there. If he can get a running back, and that's when Russ was at his best, is when he had Marshawn Lynch and he did his little thing off script, they were tough to beat. And he just needs that guy. And if he doesn't get that guy, he's just going to be a sack fest.
I don't have high hopes. I'm sorry, Denver Bronco fans. I do not have high hopes for Russ Wilson. I mean, like I said, you're not going to have a losing season, but I do not see you going to the playoffs.
If I thought the Broncos didn't have a good team around him, I also wouldn't say that. But that's a pretty solid offensive line. Javonte Williams was a good running back last year. Jerry Jeudy, Cortland Sutton are good wide receivers.
All of that is why you'll have 9 wins.
And a great defense. So I don't think, he's going to look good in that if he and Sean Payton are on the same page.
We got to take a break. When we come back, trying to get caught up on the text line. Hey, at least we got through talking about baseball. Next, let's talk some NBA. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
Hi, I'm Henry Winkler. My eyes are very important to me. My eyes connect me with things I love. I loved my late father-in-law dearly. He always lit up a room, but his vision dimmed with age. He had age-related macular degeneration, or AMD. And since partnering with Apellis, I've learned there's an advanced form of the disease called geographic atrophy, or GA. His struggle with vision loss made me want to help others know about GA's warning signs. For some, straight lines seem wavy, like when looking at a door frame. For others, blurry or missing spots can make it hard to read or see loved ones' faces. Many have trouble seeing in low light, making driving at night difficult. GA gets worse over time and cannot be reversed. If you've been diagnosed with AMD and notice vision changes, don't wait. Talk to your eye doctor about GA today. Learn more at GAWon'tWait.com. That's GAWon'tWait.com.
Next up, Straight Talk from Doug. Ever notice that saying no offense is offensive? Like, no offense, but you're overpaying for your wireless. See? Offensive.
That's the Straight Talk Talkin'. Get unlimited plans as low as $35 a month from Straight Talk on America's most reliable 5G network. Available at Walmart and Walmart.com. On the $35 plan, first 10 gigabytes data at high speed, then 2G speeds. Refer to the latest terms at straighttalk.com based on most first place rankings, Root Metrics, second half 2022 assessments of 125 metros. Experiences vary, not an endorsement.
Seems like everything is going electric these days. Electric cars, electric trucks. But what you save on gas, you pay for with that electric bill. With all these things being plugged into your house, wouldn't it be nice to save up to 85% on your monthly electric bill? Well, you can do that with zero down and no payments for 12 months. Call Harmon Solar. Harmon Solar is a family-owned, woman-owned local company that uses top-of-the-line equipment. Call Harmon Solar, 800-281-3189. That's 800-281-3189. Or go to harmonsolar.com.
Do you know about 211 Arizona? It's a free service to connect you with resources anywhere in Arizona. Housing assistance and eviction prevention, transportation and ride services, healthcare benefits, food resources, and even utility bill support. Talk to a live operator in English or Spanish, 24 hours a day, every day of the year. Just dial 211 or visit 211arizona.org. Get connected, get answers, and get the help you need. This message is sponsored by 211 Arizona.
Will Shakespeare here. Back in my day, I invented over 1,700 slang words like swagger, bedazzled, and my personal favorite, besmirch. But even I have trouble understanding slang words like yeet or bougie or
This is fire.
actually, it is extremely smooth Shakespeare vodka.
Okay, boomer.
See what I mean? But there is one word that describes the pure quadruple distilled spirit crafted from an 8th century Polish recipe the first time you try it.
So lit.
I couldn't have said it better myself. Shakespeare vodka. So lit.
We know how it goes. You can't always tune in and hear your favorite shows and hosts.
Dude, look, I'm a loser. Okay?
It's cool, bro. That's why we post podcasts of your favorite shows and hosts. Listen when you want to. Listen on demand.
That is great and frankly kind of amazing.
Go to 1580thefanatic.com to download.
So Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. Slave Dave says, you know what team bar you won't find this season? A Cardinals bar. You know what, though? Here's the thing. I had such a light heart last season because I knew we were tanking. It was immediately apparent. And I was even telling people, I'm like, you know what? It's all right. We're tanking, and I wish we didn't. I wish we didn't have to. I wish people had made better decisions in the front office, or not even Chris Ballard's fault. I think Irsay and Coach Bible had something to do with that. Bringing in all these rehash quarterbacks. That it's like if Frank Reich didn't work with them, well, they're not coming in. And that was a huge disappointment. It didn't have to go down this way. But once I knew that it was the direction it was going, Dave, I felt like, you know what? Okay, we're not going to have a good season, but next year is going to be good. Cardinals fans, you can relax. You don't have to get uptight. You don't have to be upset. You don't have to be stressed out. Have a drink, watch some other games, and just relax. That's what I did last year. I would watch my games because I'm a true fan, but I'd be like, all right. So, ball's supposed to be going that way, but we're going the other way. Oh, that's fine. Give me another drink. We're good. Because I know next year is going to be better, or at least on the road to better. So, Cardinal fans, you're going to be okay. Donnie is on the text line, says, Ralph and I are a lot alike. And that was it. That's all he texted.
I'd like to know why.
In what way, Donnie?
Yeah, I'd like to know why.
Well, he trolls Arizona, teams all the time on Twitter. Ralph is not at troll level. Well,
I'm not.
You're like a radio troll. You kind of are. You're kind of are a little bit.
But that's the gift I bring.
But you do give honest. I feel sometimes a third of the time. So every now and then.
No.
Once in a while, an honest, look at what's going on here.
I'm always honest.
I'm sorry, what?
I'm always honest. The problem is that you don't want to accept the honesty.
I'm just watching for the lightning strike. That's what I'm watching for right now.
I mean,
bolt of lightning.
I bring it.
It's a good thing you got your hair cut because you less hair to catch fire.
I think it's good to have a different perspective from outside of the area. I'm not from Phoenix.
Well, it doesn't need to be rude.
No, it doesn't need to be rude, but sometimes it feels good to be rude. But anyway,
it is. I'll be honest. As someone who's gone down that path more than a few times, it's very cathartic and it feels good.
I'm the guy that loves to travel to watch his team play in another stadium because I want to be the guy enjoying that team winning in their house.
But you won't do it
it's
in
a better experience.
You're not going to do that in a down year.
I've gone to games in a down year. I don't care. I'm a fan, so I do it. And I've taken my licks for it, and that's fine. But I'd rather go see a game at another stadium than to go see one in Seattle, personally. I enjoy the experience better. I do.
Well, you used to. I can't imagine how good it's been, since before. Last year was a bit better.
Since 2010, Seattle's been one of the top teams in the NFL for the last 13 years. I mean, go look at the numbers. They're there.
Taco Kenny says, Lakers, Raiders, Dodgers, baby. Why do you do that to me, Taco Kenny? Why do you do that? Ralph, STFU, says Big George. Diamondbacks won a World Series in 2001. Dodgers haven't won one since 1988. COVID shortened season doesn't count. You got no place to talk. Bought it? Oh my God. A Dodger fan saying bought it? Where do you have the nerve?
You guys bought
Where
it.
do you've bought?
You guys bought it. I mean, just admit it. You bought it. You're trying to buy an NBA title next year, which you won't, but you're just trying to buy.
Jerry
But then
Colangelo.
you point the finger at everyone else for doing
How
it. You're
dare
doing
you
the same
assume?
thing.
How dare you say that about Jerry Colangelo?
But that's why I come in here rude, because of the what's the word I'm looking for? The stupidity of some fans that'll sit there and say that, when the reality is you guys do the exact same thing or try to do it. That's what the Suns are trying to do.
You know what I didn't like is how they sold off that team so damn fast after they won that.
That's all they
that
needed
did
them
bother
for.
me.
But that's
That
what they
did
needed them
bother
for.
me.
That was it. That's all they were there for. 1 year.
I felt like could have done more. So bought
Just
it doesn't. It's
Yeah.
not completely alive.
At least try to run it back. you know,
Yeah.
once just to see. Okay, sure, you bought it and it was all you got it for 1 year, but then it worked. You wouldn't try to see if it would work again another year? Like
Well,
just,
baseball, it's tough in baseball.
it's tough, but they didn't
I was
try.
disappointed. I was disappointed. It was
Just
pretty
sold that team
obvious
for
what was
parts
happening.
very quickly.
But come on, Big George, what are the Suns doing right now? They're trying to buy it. They're doing the same thing. You're trying to buy it.
What's the Lakers luxury tax versus the Diamondbacks projected luxury tax? I'm kind of curious about that.
Or you mean the Suns?
What did I
Yeah,
say?
you said the
Lakers
Diamondbacks.
versus Suns. Yeah, that's what I meant. Sorry.
I bet the Suns are higher.
Megatron says solar energy gets Ralph's tent pitched.
That's true.
Beer Nuts says, is the Dallas Cowboys spot?
What is he talking about? It's the Dallas Cowboys spot.
Is a Dallas Cowboys spot? Oh, I think he's asking, is there a Dallas Cowboys spot?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure there's plenty.
Mm.
Has to be.
I would look it up. I mean, I don't
Yeah.
know, but I'm sure you'll find pretty easily.
Wilbur says, Ralph, you and I agree about one thing and one thing only: solar. As for your little sea chicken theme, I would not be surprised if Pete Carroll doesn't make it through the entire season. He's old.
Right.
I'm just saying.
He's one of the
He's
best
gonna
coaches
die.
he's one of the best coaches in the game. If not,
He's going to
the
die
best.
of old age in the middle of the season.
It's horrible.
Does he have one of those life alert?
He does.
I'm falling. I can't get up. No, that dude is in better shape than any of us,
Yeah.
to be honest. The Wiz says, best text nickname. What's the best nickname on the text line these days? I don't know. There's so many good ones, and Randy has the list, so I couldn't even. I don't know. That's his domain. So, historian says, this is the day Archduke Ferdinand in Austria shot and killed, and that's what started the war, the First World War. Ralph, of course, is old enough to remember this. Things seem nice and optimistic, and all of a sudden there's just like a dark cloud over the world, right? What was it like growing up in that era?
Oh my God.
You're asking me?
Yeah.
You should be looking in the mirror.
I don't know. I can only take so much sexy in one day.
Oh my God.
Cards
Also, as
Chappie.
far as the cap
Go ahead.
space goes, the Suns have more cap space than the Lakers do.
How many players do the
For
Suns
now?
have
I mean,
under
we've
contract?
got to let's go through free agency and get
exactly.
to figure that all out. But as of right now,
Because how many players do the Suns have under contract right now?
it's
3?
it's like 6.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you.
But I'm just saying.
Yeah, but right now.
Yeah.
That's why it's kind of misleading, because this is not the right time of year to.
Right. Once the season starts, let's compare. Let's compare that.
You're be on the wrong side of that.
I probably. And that's fine if we get a damn trophy. Cards Chappie says Cardinal fans can focus on our fantasy players this year instead of our dumpster fire. That's what you should be doing. Unless they're both dumpster fires, then I don't tell you. Most people, not named me, have multiple fantasy football teams, so they at least have something to feel good about. That's the psychology I've learned. I can only focus on one team, good, bad, whatever. But a lot of people, I don't know. I mean, how many fantasy football teams do most people carry? I wonder what the average is. I'll talk to people. They have like 3, 5, 10.
I bet it's 3.
How do you do that?
3 is the most I've
can't.
done. Lately, I find it more enjoyable if I can just have one. I don't really enjoy having more than one, because part of it is you think you're having a great day because you know guys on your teams are doing well, and then you realize like, no, this guy on one team did well, this guy on one team did well, and this guy on another team did
All
well,
my teams
and I
suck.
needed them to all be on one team so that I could be having an awesome day.
Yeah. I just I don't have time for 3 teams, I don't know if I'd ever want to do that. Live and die by it. If you having a good year, having a good year, just like your real team. You having a good year, have a good year. Having a bad year, all right, own it. Do what you got to do. 888-368-1580. I don't know why I keep giving the number out. People just keep texting in. We're not getting anything done today.
Also, the Coyotes just drafted Dmitry Simashev in the NHL draft pick. So the number 6 overall pick. I don't know who it is. Don't ask me. I'm just saying it happened for those who care.
Jr. Yaroslavi Jr. with the 6th pick. That's what 68-16. He wants to be called the chosen one.
Was it?
I'll give you the chosen one. What?
Well, there you go.
Can I call him the chosen one? Is there a problem with this new texter being called the chosen one?
No, not really.
You know, we used to call the Lutherans in Minnesota the chosen frozen. That was always fun. All right, you're the chosen one, 68-16. Welcome to the show. Everybody else will be back here in just a minute. Hour 3, the Daily Blender on 1580, The Fanatic.
Staples has everything you need to help run your small business. Shipping, supplies, and services to help move orders out the door. Print and marketing services so you can print signs, banners, and presentations fast. And now during Staples Small Business Deal Days, you save 50% when you buy any combination of 5 or more boxes, mailers, and shipping tubes. Plus, find new deals for small business in-store every week. Keep your business running right and safe at Staples. Offer valid in-store, online order pickup, and Instacart. Exclusions apply. Not valid in Concord, New Hampshire location. Prices may vary. N71.
Blue Star Medicated Ointment gets 5-star reviews from our loyal users for fast relief of the pain and itch of almost any skin irritation.
Blue Star soothes insect bites and fungal infections.
It really works on the summer rashes I get every year.
I had psoriasis on my elbows. Blue Star worked wonders.
Amazing stuff. Smear a bit on and the itch is gone.
Look for the white box with the Blue Star in the first aid section. Feel Blue Star work fast or your money back.
Sponsored by Focus Consumer Healthcare. Red, white, and dew savings are happening now at the Home Depot. Prep for all the summer guests and gatherings with up to 60% off select patio sets now at the Home Depot. Shop and save on a wide variety of sets and styles to find what suits your patio best for another season of hosting with the most. Find the perfect pieces for your space with up to 60% off select patio sets. So sit back and relax into red, white, and dew savings happening now at the Home Depot. How doers get more done.
Give back to Arizona and be part of something bigger than yourself. When you sign up for AmeriCorps, you open a door to make a difference. Serve as a teacher, protect nature, support veterans, or help where your passion lies. Part-time or full-time, student or senior, AmeriCorps is for everyone. Sign up at serve.az.gov. That's serve.az.gov. This message is sponsored by the Arizona Governor's Office of Youth, Faith, and Family.
Next up, Straight Talk from Doug. Ever notice that saying no offense is offensive? Like, no offense, but you're overpaying for your wireless. See? Offensive.
That's the Straight Talk Talk. Get unlimited plans as low as $35 a month from Straight Talk on America's most reliable 5G network. Available at Walmart and Walmart.com. On the $35 plan, first 10 gigabytes data at high speed, then 2G speeds. Refer to the latest terms at straighttalk.com based on most first place rankings, root metrics, second half 2022 assessments of 125 metros. Experiences vary, not an endorsement.
Wendy's is open till midnight or later, so you can give in to the craving and go night mode. Now all of your favorite menu items just got their bedtime extended. You can get what you want even later, like the Baconator with 6 strips of bacon, or the perfect fries and frosty duo. If you're up later, then so are we. So go ahead and pull through the drive-thru. When the craving hits, go night mode at Wendy's. Open till midnight or later. All right, see ya later.
At participating U.S. Wendy's, hours may vary.
KQFN Tempe.
Also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM.
And K240U Fountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
It's time for the third hour.
All right, people, settle down because it's time.
For what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's 5 o'clock here on the Daily Blender. I'm your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, not alongside Randy White. He'll be back tomorrow. Right now, we got Ralph from Harmon Solar. We got Keon Rose in the control room, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580 as we broadcast live in the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale. This is kind of like a Friday show. I mean, it feels like every day is kind of becoming a Friday show around here. You know, if we're going to call you Blender Nation's getting weirder and weirder every damn day. Let's get back to the text line and clean this thing up. And then we'll talk some NBA. Screaming Eagle says, hi, guys. It's so fun and entertaining to listen to you guys. Thanks, Doc. Appreciate that, man. Good to hear from you. Hamilton Porter says, in Ralph's defense, the Red Wings bought a Stanley Cup in 2002, and no one in this city complained when they did that. It's just the same. It's just what you yell at anybody who just won a championship. You know, yeah, you just bought it. That's just a typical sports thing to do.
Because usually when you have teams that are championship teams, they're also really good, and you paid the guys that are there.
Can't say the Golden State Warriors bought it because they grew it. That's the difference.
Yeah, and I think like same situation for Denver. I mean, you know, the two stars of that team are guys that they drafted. And then the pieces they put around him were cast-offs that nobody else wanted. Like Aaron Gordon was a guy that nobody wanted, and that's how he wound up in Denver. He just happened to be a really good fit.
Beer Bob says, I wouldn't say the Diamondbacks bought the World Series, but I would definitely say the Florida Marlins bought their 2 championships.
So are the Diamondbacks.
Yeah. Bala 51 says, I agree with Ralph on that one. My favorite NFL game last season was at Denver when the Raiders won in overtime. Epic time. Okay, Bella. Cheesehead Bill says, question for Ralph. I own a single-story house, 2,100 square feet. Low electric payment. Is it worth it getting solar panels?
It depends how low your payment is. If your payment's really low, then absolutely not. But if your payment's a little up there, depending on the orientation of your roof, so is it south? Is it east-west? If it's a lot north, and north is definitely not good. It would depend on a few different things. I would need to know a little bit more detail.
So what you got there, Cheesehead Bill, is an honest businessman. Because anyone else would say, of course it is. Let us come over and put a bunch of panels on your roof and trust us. So no, he's taking care of you there, Cheesehead Bill. You know, there's a website you can go to and you can kind of calculate some of that stuff out at the Harmon Solar site.
Yeah, you go to harmonsolar.com. There's a thing on the top of the homepage where you can actually go in and put your address, and it'll take a look at your house, look at the sun availability, and give you an idea of what type of system could fit on there and what it could do for you. That's a good place to start. And then you could always give us a call. And then again, like Jeffrey just said, we're not going to try to sell you something if it doesn't make sense. That's the one thing about Harmon Solar. That's one of the reasons I've been there for 10 and a half years. I love the ownership. They're very ethical and honest. They will not treat people that way. They are true. They're Arizonans that have been, born and raised here, and they take care of everyone here. So take a look at it. Go to harmonsolar.com and take a look at it, put your address in and see what it says.
Yeah, you don't get a great reputation like that by screwing people over. So, their ethics are intact. Random Texture says, I heard somebody say today that we've only been eating chicken for about 2,000 years. I wonder if that first guy who tasted chicken, what did he compare it to? It's a good point. Because everything kind of tastes like chicken. Going to have to think about that later. Didn't know you smoked pot, Random Texture. Chosen One, we gave him the nickname in the last hour, this new texter. And I mentioned that in Minnesota, we call the Lutherans the Frozen Chosen. And so the Chosen One says, actually, I am from Minnesota and I'm Lutheran.
How about that?
Then you know.
That's funny.
Big George says, once again, Ralph, STFU. I think that one was just freestanding.
That's it. Nothing else.
He says, he goes, no, listen, you have no place to talk. He said, by the way, there's only one chosen, and it's Anakin Skywalker. Remember Obi-Wan Kenobi yelling at Anakin, you were the chosen one. Well, you also had the high ground. So, George, stop it. Hamilton Porter says, trust me, look at the roster. We bought it. I don't know what he's talking about. GI. What's GI stand for? Trust me, look at the roster. We bought it. He says the Red Wings bought a Stanley Cup in 2002. Trust me, Was it Stanford? Gastrointestinal? Just
trust me.
Oh, he typed go wrong. He says, trust me, go look at the roster.
No.
I was like, which one of us is gay? I mean, I vote Ralph. Number one Rattlers fan says Rattlers, they're winning a lot. He says they're 9-4, winning 6 in a row. Defense playing better. Offense taking care of ball. Keon, are you going to the game this Sunday?
I don't know. I'm going to try and get to one of them, but I mean, you know, I'll see what I can do. I'm not going to make any promises.
Wilbur says Raider fan, a Bronco fan, a Seahawk fan walk in a room and take an ACT exam. They realized wrong room. Let's see. The Chosen One says, hey, have you heard about these brush fires in Scottsdale? They're evacuating houses now. Yeah, that's in East Scottsdale, almost over towards Fountain Hills, right? Isn't that where that brush fire is?
They have brush there?
There's this very expensive brush, though.
Yeah.
No, it's really expensive. I mean, they get the best brush.
Yeah.
In Scottsdale. So, well, hope everybody's safe. I mean, you're in the city, so if you just get in the car and drive away, you know,
it's fine.
Just go on over to Kasai Japanese Steakhouse and have some food and, you know, drink your troubles away. Hamilton Porter, thank you. Bruno Baller says, did the Coyotes make their pick at number 6? Yeah, and I heard the name. I've already forgot it. Is he any good? Is this guy any good?
It's Dmitry Simashev.
Well, it's not what I read, but okay.
Yeah, the name you read is actually the team he played for. Yaroslavl Jr. is
Yaroslavl. That sounds made up.
It's a Russian team. Yaroslavl is a Russian team, and then Junior is the young the junior division of the team. Yes, the junior league. So that's the team.
You got a mouthful of carrots and you're trying to tell somebody.
Okay, you say it sounds made up, but you've heard Russian, right? Like the whole language sounds made up. That's all of their words.
No, that's fair.
So
like vodka will do.
So the actual guy is Dmitry Simashev, and from what I'm reading here on the Twitters, he's a very good defenseman, and he's a scoring defenseman. So if he's in a position where, you know, he has to be the one to score, he doesn't look, you know, lost and awkward out there trying to figure out how to go up against the goalie. He can actually put it in the net.
Maybe we make names when not drunk. People say them okay. You just don't make sense. You're
again, you're not describing Russia. So you're describing some other country. What do you mean when not drunk?
That's a good point. No, that's a
There's
very
no
good
such
point.
thing in Russia. It's too cold.
Yeah. Good point.
My
It's
dog
vodka
is
all
going
the time.
Crazy out there. The dog is barking like crazy. If
Might have found you.
Keon's lady says, I know for experience that Keon will go most any game if you give him free tickets. No, that's true. That is true.
That says a lot about him.
Does it?
A little bit, yeah.
Okay.
Baker's Cocky Hen says, wow, I'm surprised those fires are so bad. You know, I thought all the Scottsdales trimmed their. Okay, that's brush.
Wow.
It's
Wow.
brush.
No.
It's brush.
Be
They all
ashamed of
trim their
yourself.
bushes. Yeah.
It's not a bushfire.
My God. All right. So let's talk some NBA now that we've caught up on the text line. And, you know, it's one of those things where you almost wonder if it's just being politically correct. Klay Thompson, Chris Paul, they're like, yeah, this is going to be weird having CP3 here after all the years of the rivalry and fighting and stuff. And they're like, oh, but we're excited. I wonder if they're not. I wonder if they're just saying that just to put a nice face on things, but in real life, they're just like, can't wait to trip him in the showers. You know what I'm saying? Or something.
Well, I don't
because they
think
hated each other.
He's the one that's more likely to trip somebody
They're
in the showers.
They're pounding on the dressing, like a back door in the dressing room of the Staples Center, trying to get at him because like Chris Paul and I can't remember if they wanted to fight Chris Paul or Chris Paul wanted to fight them. But
I'm pretty sure it was a Rockets thing, but yeah,
it was when Chris Paul was on the Rockets then.
But
I knew it was Chris Paul.
It was Chris Paul. He was involved, but I don't know if it was a Warriors situation or what. But they hate each other, but it's the Chris Paul side has the most of the bitterness. They had some battles that were really bitter, but the Warriors won those.
Yeah, they always did.
So why would they feel bitter about it now? Chris Paul is the one who, when we look at his legacy, around the time when he had his best chance to win a championship is right when the Warriors got good, and he never got to win it. Like, we never got to see prime Chris Paul in a finals really until like the 1 year here in Phoenix, because the Warriors emerged as a dynasty basically right when his window should have been. And I'm pretty sure he's the one that's going to have to struggle to work with these guys.
Well, he's already good. He's like, hey, I can't wait. He says, I hope Draymond Green stays. And he's been vocal about. I think Chris Paul's just a professional. Now, has he gotten gunged up? Has he gotten pugnacious? Has he gotten whatever? But I think in general, he just at this stage in his career and life, he's just like, all right, pack the bags. I'm ready to go. He's like, I'm coming to work. Okay. And, I think he just loves the game, loves playing so much that he's gonna be fine. The only thing is, I don't know how he's going to fit in over there.
I just think he's glad he's not going to Washington. But anyway,
yeah,
I mean, right?
Nothing personal to you, Keon, but
no, really
dodged
nothing personal.
Up the bullets right there.
Well, yeah, no, they're tearing that whole team down. Nobody wants to be the player that, still feels like I've got a shot to win a title if I end up in the right situation on a team being torn to the ground. That's just that's a bad situation. I'm glad that, it was a situation where the general manager knew him and didn't want to have that happen to him. So the whole plan was to reroute him somewhere else, and it was Golden State.
As we talked about the other day, there is still a hell of a cap problem there, unless the Warriors are wanting to get a luxury tax. And
they're well in it already.
Chris Paul is going to be there, but he doesn't make sense unless he comes off the bench. But then everybody's like, there's no way he'll come off the bench. And, so I don't see him on the court at the same time as both Curry and Klay Thompson. So it'll be interesting to see how that turns out. The other thing is, remember how we were like when Chris Paul was out and we were like, we liked the pace the Suns were playing. We were almost afraid if Chris Paul comes back, every time he gets the ball, he kind of moseys on up the court there. And he kind of takes his time. He's a good point guard, but he just isn't a fast point guard.
Not at this stage in his career now.
So I don't know how he's going to be able to fit in with how Steph and Klay Thompson play. He has to come off the bench. I can't see him as a starter.
He has to come off the bench, I think, but he could also start for stretches. I mean, it's having him on the floor with Klay and Steph wouldn't be bad because the Warriors already do the thing where they have Klay run through, or not Klay, Steph run through screens and stuff. And he doesn't have the ball. Steph plays really well off the ball as well. So you could have Chris Paul in certain lineups and it would absolutely work. And he's such a great passer that if he's able to get guys open, like I think that's what Klay's looking forward to is, the ability to take shots that somebody else creates for you is a really nice thing when you're a shooter. Because that means that, you're not having to sit there and figure out, am I going to my step back? Am I, how do I get space? If a great passer gives you the ball, well, you saw with the Nuggets, you'll have the room. It's just catch and shoot.
Yeah, they've got some things to figure out there in the land of the Warriors. But yeah, I feel like Chris Paul's enough of a professional that they'll be fine. My bigger question still remains, who's going to go bye-bye? Because somebody has to. Is it going to be Wiggins? Is it going to be old Draymond Green?
I mean, I think that the plan for them is to bring back Draymond Green. The new GM, Mike Dunleavy Jr., has said that's his priority. So I don't know, way to give the leverage away on that from the beginning. But they want Draymond back because I just think he's just a huge part of what they do when you have a guy that can post up and pass from the post, be a big guy, but also be a rebounder. And he is the leader of that team in terms of all their toughness comes from him.
Well, maybe they'll pay the check, I guess. Silver Pop says, wait, Jeffrey, did you just say someone was pounding Paul's back door? No, he was pounding somebody else's back door in it, at Staples Center or something. I don't know. Hey, by the way, how tall did you say Wembanyama was? You said he was 7'2". Turns out he's not.
He's 7'5". It's the last measuring.
Oh, he's not 7'5". He's 7'3.5".
Okay.
According to the official measurement done by the Spurs. I don't know how much. I don't know what the difference is. I know Canadian money is different than American money. So I guess French measurements must be different.
Well, I also know that when they talk about measuring players, there's the measurement of you just in general, and then there's you in shoes. And so
this is without shoes.
Okay. Yeah. A lot of the measurements that you're going to get from just colleges and international teams, they're going to get you because that's what you're in. You're in shoes. So
can I say, as a man who's getting older, and I've shrunk, I think we should all be measured with shoes because it's not
With
fair.
lifts.
What has happened to me?
You lost a couple inches.
Of height, but I gained them somewhere else.
Yeah,
I don't know that that's exactly. Oh my god,
more than a few, more than a few, right there. But okay, so Wembanyama 7'3.5". So put on some shoes. He's 7'5", basically, right?
I thought he was big. I don't mean height, but I thought he was more muscular. He looks like Manute Bol's half brother.
A little bit thicker than that.
A little thicker, but I mean, he's really. I think he's going to get badly pushed around. In the NBA.
I mean, early on, I think a lot of the scouts, when they look at his frame and whether or not it's possible for him to fill out, they think that he can, which is different from how they feel about Chet Holmgren, which is that his shoulders are really narrow, so they're just like he's always going to be kind of Kevin Durantish. Like there's just not going to be. There's just no place for the muscle to go, so he's not going to have a ton.
Well, I tell you what. He's done okay without it or with it or whatever.
In that competition.
He's good. Well,
they said his biggest deficiency is his defensive play on the glass. I mean, he gets pushed around. That's one of his biggest issues in the NBA.
Is he related to DeAndre Ayton?
He might be, but in the NBA, that's gonna really pop up in the NBA. He's gonna get pushed around.
And with Wembanyama, it's not like an effort. He doesn't get pushed around. It's just that, and I've seen some of the highlights of him. That show everything, not just the good, but some of the bad stuff too. The smaller guys that are sturdier, they hit him and he doesn't weigh anything relative to them.
Right.
So he's trying, but it's just, he's a 19-year-old skinny kid. Like that's just, he's going to need a weight room. And I think that's one reason why the Spurs organization's a really good spot for him. Is
Get Barkley and
do
Shaq
good with
to
that
spend
stuff.
some time with him. He'll put on the weight. They know how to get that done. By the way, speaking of the Warriors, I remember I said this during the season. You remember I said this. Every NBA team has a goofy looking white guy. You're like, who's this guy? And all of a sudden he's shooting well. The one team has the kid from the Rugrats with the headband, the bald guy, and then the other team has this hairy looking fella. Now the Warriors, their goofy looking white guy, Dante DiVincenzo. They actually said, hey, what do you want? You want your player option? He's like, no, I think I'm good. And he declined $4.7 million player option. And now he's going to enter the free agency. So is he insane?
No, I think worst case
Can
scenario.
he do better than 4.7?
He'll make roughly about that. Like the worst case scenario is he'll make exactly 4.7 again.
Yeah, but he might be on a championship winning team now. 4.7 with a team with a shot versus 4.7 with who?
Well, that's the thing is he's an athletic enough player to try and see if he can fight for a bigger role somewhere else. He might be on a championship team, but not everybody wants to be championship team, but I come off the bench and take shots in garbage time. Like I'd rather go out there. And even if I'm on a team that doesn't win a championship, if I make, $5 million and I start, more guys might actually take that.
Well, Dante DiVincenzo, goofy white guy, available for work. So maybe this is a guy who can come help out, your Washington Wizards.
No, they're rebuilding. The Suns have no bench.
He's only $4.7 million. Goofy looking white guy.
The Wizards have a whole roster of people they're not even paid.
Do you have a goofy looking white guy?
Like we have like 2.
Oh, geez. Okay, I didn't know that.
And they're starting.
Oh,
because
no. You can't have that.
Rebuilding basketball team.
Well, Jock Landale's our goofy looking white guy, so I don't know.
Quote meant.
Yeah, I know it. Who's your basketball? Oh, the Lakers. They need a goofy looking white guy.
No, I mean Austin Reeves is not goofy looking, and he's a good player. So
no, he's goofy. Listen, he's a goofy looking.
No, he's not goofy.
He is.
No, Austin Reeves just looked like a normal dude,
and he's a top player, so you can't.
I know. I'm just gonna say any white guy is a goofy looking white guy on these teams. Hamilton Porter says DiVincenzo was on the Bucks when they beat the Suns.
Well, that's true. He was on the bench there. Yeah,
he was on the bench. He was on the bench.
Yeah, I think that's his issue. Is he's tired of being on the bench.
He already has a ring. Then.
Yeah, I don't think he cares.
Oh well, in that case now, go get 0.8 million.
If you
then, whatever.
don't like, no, if you're a key piece coming off the bench, you're in that rotation, you're that second unit that goes out there and scores a lot. But he wasn't even that for the Warriors. Like he should go out there and see if he could get on a team that will let him shoot the ball more than 4 or 5
is he
times.
good enough? Does he deserve it?
He's a decent basketball player, so we'll see. I mean,
I don't know, man.
still he's solid, but I don't.
I'd Travis Kelce that thing. Take that money and just be happy you're on a winner. That's what I would do. All right, listen, we have to take a break. When we come back, we might have time for one segment of football. It's a Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
This is Brent Musburger's Action Update on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Sign up for the VSiN Daily newsletter to keep you up with the day's biggest sports betting news and insights. Only at VSIN.com. Now, here are the latest lines from my guys in the desert.
A's 8, Rays 4 yesterday at Chase Field. Arizona was another 31 favorite. Zach Davies on the hill today. Arizona the plus 145 underdog against Tampa Bay, and Zach Eflin, who's 9-3 with a 3.35 ERA. Rays minus 155, 9 over the total. JP Sears of the mound for the Oakland A's, another 40 dog at home with the Yankees today. Angels laying $1.17 at home with the White Sox, 8.5 under the total at Angel Stadium. NASCAR in Chicago for the street course race, the Grant Park 220. Tyler Reddick, Mark Truex Sr., Kyle Larson, Chase Elliott, all 7-1. Mike Sennett, 1580, 99.3 The Fanatic.
When you run a business, you need to be in control. And while you can't control everything that happens in the world of business, you can definitely take control of your utility expenses with the help of Harmon Solar. Give them a call and see how your company can save up to 80% on that monthly electric bill with zero down and no payments for 12 months. Harmon Solar is a local family-owned company that uses top-of-the-line equipment. Call Harmon Solar, 800-281-3189. That's 800-281-3189. Or go to harmonsolar.com.
Discover credit cards automatically double all the cash back you earn at the end of your first year, which means, wait, hold up. Question for the audio engineer.
Go ahead.
Did I read that right? Discover automatically doubles all your cash back?
Yeah, that's what the script says.
So if I get a Discover card right now, I can earn twice the cash back.
Apparently. Wait. Unlimited first year cash back match. Only from Discover. See terms and learn more at discover.com/match.
Next up, straight talk from Doug. Ever notice that saying no offense is offensive? Like, no offense, but you're overpaying for your wireless. See? Offensive.
That's the Straight Talk talking. Get unlimited plans as low as $35 a month from Straight Talk on America's most reliable 5G network. Available at Walmart and Walmart.com. On the $35 plan, first 10 gigabytes data at high speed, then 2G speeds. Refer to the latest terms at StraightTalk.com. Based on most first place rankings, Root Metrics, second half 2022 assessments of 125 metros. Experiences vary, not an endorsement.
Red, white, and dew savings are happening now at the Home Depot. Prep for all the summer guests and gatherings with up to 60% off select patio sets now at the Home Depot. Shop and save on a wide variety of sets and styles to find what suits your patio best for another season of hosting with the most. Find the perfect pieces for your space with up to 60% off select patio sets. So sit back and relax into red, white, and dew savings happening now at the Home Depot. How doers get more done.
Don't be fooled by the people you meet on social media. It may start as an innocent conversation, but anyone who tries to sell you pills is nothing more than a drug dealer. And if you think tiny pills can't do much harm, think again. Fentanyl can end it all. Know the truth about fentanyl at learnmoreaz.org. Don't be fooled. Don't be faked out. Visit learnmoreaz.org. This message is sponsored by the Substance Abuse Coalition Leaders of Arizona.
New schedule, new season, new direction. This year, the Cardinals will travel over 25,000 miles. They will do battle against Bears, Browns, Texans, Rams, 49ers, Seahawks, Eagles, Steelers, and Commanders on the road. They will face the Bengals, Cowboys, Giants, Rams, 49ers, Seahawks, Falcons, and Ravens at home. Think there won't be drama? When it comes to Arizona Cardinals football, we talk about it. 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. Navy Brad wants to know if there's any updates on the Coyotes moving out of Arizona anytime soon. It's been quiet about that lately. Haven't heard nothing. We heard anything? I don't think we have. You look like you're about to share some sort of breaking news or something.
No, I'm just keeping an eye on the draft stuff.
Oh, I saw your phone pop up. I was like, oh, there's something going on there. Okay, so are we having a good draft? Are the Coyotes having a good draft?
It's still the first round, so
we wouldn't know. We don't know these people. I'm honestly,
good,
we don't
good draft in terms of like, what you expect from the guys, not the result, because you won't know that for like 3 years. But
it's not like we're scouting the Eastern Bloc and looking into Canada and trying to find who these people. That is not our job. It's not our job. We just watch the game and hope for a fight. That's what our job is. That's it, right? I mean, as far as the Coyotes staying, hope they stay. Don't blame them if they leave. Whatever. Stop asking people for money and just build the damn thing. That's what I say. Bliss Hayes wants to know, why aren't there any comb fires? Okay, Gallagher, moving on. Swave Dave says, had to split my league winnings last season due to circumstances. What about a little bobblehead trophy keepsake for league winners going forward? I do that from my work league. The only trophy we have done is the Golden Blender for Premier League. I've wanted to make smaller versions of something, but then we thought, well, cash is nice. So, I don't know. It's just a lot of work. My wife and I, we make those Golden Blender trophies. We actually make them. We buy the blender. I go out back and I spray paint it all gold. And then she puts like little rock, like glass rock stuff in there. And I also paint the little plastic goldfish gold. And we buy these little footballs and we put it all in there. And so it's all, and we get the little plaque made that sticks to it, which, by the way, I think every single one of them has fallen off. But I know we should probably use super glue, but it's all handmade. These are handmade trophies. I can't do that for 13, 14, 15 different leagues.
I've never seen that before.
You haven't seen one of our trophies?
No.
I'll send you some pictures there. We got some on the internets there.
So that's Premier League gets that?
Premier League gets one of those trophies. Yeah.
Okay.
That's what you've been playing very badly for.
Yeah, apparently. Not bad enough to get kicked out of the league, but yeah, bad.
Sorry, Keon. 888
the first time we ever decided to do that.
1580. Well, it didn't feel right, that we were completely, like made men. We had to make some room for some other people.
I'm totally cool with it.
So, one more basketball thing before we move on. I guess Italy's mad. Italy is mad at Paolo Banchero. I feel like anytime that I say this guy's name, I'm like suddenly going to drift into Ed Sullivan. Ladies and gentlemen, over here we got the Paolo Banchero. Yeah, am I saying his name right?
It's Paolo Banchero.
Oh, it's close.
Yeah.
For me, that was pretty damn close.
Yeah.
Paolo Banchero. And he's a basketball player. If you remember, he was NBA Rookie of the Year. And he's like, oh, thank you. I'm going to play on Team USA. And everybody's like, yay. And then, of course, Italy's like, you son of a bitch. You said you were going to. And so the Italian basketball team president there's like, hey, it's a betrayal. I don't know how he. I didn't have the tape, but he goes, "Hey, it's a betrayal. Oh, you're dead to me." And he's like, "No, I intend to play for Italy." He says, "But now, just he says, I just want to play for the United States." So he says, "Betrayal, betrayal. Is that really a betrayal? I guess I don't know if it's betrayal.
Is he from Italy? Is he born in Italy?
Yeah, kind of from Italy."
Yeah,
he was born and raised in the United States. His father's Italian, and he owns an Italian passport, and which gives him the ability to choose between Italy and Team USA. And he had last year said, "Yeah, I think I'm going to play for Italy," probably because he didn't realize he was going to be a really good player. So he thought, well, I probably won't make Team USA, so I'll go do this for Italy. Now he's Rookie of the Year. He's like, yeah, I think there's probably better accommodations in Team USA. I'll get a gold. So
he's Italian by blood, but he's born in America.
Yeah, he went to Duke.
Yeah, so
that's very Italian school.
And by the I don't think he made it. What's making this weird to me for them to call this a betrayal is it's not like, as far as I understand, he went to Team Italy and made some commitment to them to play. I think he was just asked in an interview who would he play for, and then he kind of said, "Well, maybe Italy." And then he changed his mind.
Petrucci says. He's the president of basketball stuff in Italy. He says, in the past few days, he was in Milan, and despite our agreements with the agency, he avoided the meeting that the coach approved ago.
Who talks like that? I mean, I'm Italian. I'm Italian. I don't know anybody.
Mario Brothers.
Yeah, in that movie,
it's the only Italian I know is Mario Brothers. So he says, despite our agreements with his agency, if Banchero's agent actually did have a deal with the Italians for him to go do that, yeah, that's going back on something, but I don't know if it's betrayal.
It's not a betrayal.
Yeah. Now I did see that they were also mad that they didn't find out, like he didn't call them and say, "Hey, I'm not doing this. I'm going to play for Team USA." They read about it in the papers. But it doesn't say a whole lot about your team. And like one guy decides to not play and you were, I guess, building an entire team around.
Well, come on, we're Italy. We don't play basketball. I mean, we're a soccer nation and we barely play baseball. I mean, so yeah, I can see why they're upset, but
we had a chance to make 13th place.
They could have won a game.
Ripped it away from us.
They could have won a game.
Yeah, look, they're going to play games against Slovenia or if you play against Slovenia,
they get killed.
You're playing Luka, so maybe you're not going to win a game against Slovenia. But there's some team I'm sure you could play.
I mean, hopefully we're playing Sicily and we can beat them, right? But other than that,
even Banchero's agent's like, no. You get your ass on that Team USA bench. You come home with that gold, and you that's all we're doing.
Yeah,
then I can say you're a
sense.
Gold-winning person, and I can get you some ads.
It's
okay, it's all
know.
about the money.
You're trying to hold a 19-year-old to a commitment where it's like, while I have some Italian blood, like I don't speak Italian. That's not really my culture. I'm American, so I'd rather play for Team USA.
I mean, if I was his dad, I'd be like, "You get your butt over to Italy right now. You go."
Wow, what the hell?
I don't know what the hell that was because
I
don't have an accent.
And you are Italian.
Yeah, I don't have an accent. and I used to speak fluent, so
they are starting to hit me hard on the text line for my bad accent. That was even worse.
But yeah, I would want to, like, if my son was going to play baseball over there for like the World Baseball Classic for Italy, I'd be like, absolutely, you go play over there. Screw the U.S. team. Go play for Italy. Go play for the motherland.
That's a bit rough.
Well, because I think it'd be neat. It'd be kind of
screw the U.S. team.
You'd be doing it for your father, for his heritage.
Are you an American or an American, Ralph?
I'm Italian by blood.
You can't even do the
American
accent.
by birth.
I'm Irish and I do it better than you. So. That's really got to hurt.
It does a little.
Well, Ralph used to speak it. That's worse.
Fluently.
With an Arizona accent.
Yeah, that somehow
with That's what it is. Arizona screwed me. I just don't know.
Oh, of course it did.
Once again, it's Arizona's fault.
Says, I guess we're talking esports on the blender now. Jeffrey's talking about Mario and Donkey Kong. No, that's how the voice came out. I apologize. Fighting Wampa says, Jeffrey, you sound more like Borat than Italian. I haven't done an Italian accent because I have respect for a lesser group of people than the Irish. I just do.
Wow.
A lot of people don't understand this, but there's a long history between our peoples, and
there is.
I think I just fired it back up again.
There is.
Thundar the Sound Barbarian says, now you got Luigi joining Nario as a guest. What's going on over here? Swave Dave says, the little trophies, little bobblehead trophies there, they're only like $25 at Trophy Den.
Still going there.
I don't know, man. I'll you know what? I've meant to do it in the past. Let me see what we can do this year. I'll see what I can do. Big George says, Jeffrey, that guy is an American. Yeah, we know he did it. He says he does not talk with that discriminatory accent.
Discriminatory.
I mean, you should. It's an awesome accent. I bet I could talk like this.
If you saw Paolo Banchero and he had that accent, everyone would be offended. Even he would be offended if he talked like that.
Oh, you get the girls. Silver Pops says, Jeffrey, your Italian accent sounds Swedish. Forget about it.
No.
That's Swedish.
Sounds Swedish than you did a New Yorker accent.
Yeah.
Forget about it. I'm
Forget
walking
about
in.
it. Hey, forget about it. Let me ask a question. This is a serious question. All right, serious faces. Serious faces. Here's a question. Who the hell is Lloyd Howell?
I don't know.
Well, guess what? He's the new NFLPA guy. He's the new executive director of the NFL Players Association. Nobody?
No idea who that is.
Mm-mm. Well, I looked him up, and evidently for 34 years, he was with a company called Booz Allen Hamilton. He retired from the company last year. He retired from Booz last year. And it turns out that's not a small company. There's like 30,000 people working for it. And it's been around for 100 years, military, government, business stuff. And now, makes sense, he's running the NFLPA. What the hell's going on over here?
He's running it?
Yeah, he's in charge now. He's now the executive director of the NFL Players Association. I thought they always brought players in for this.
That's what I thought.
Well, no, the president of the NFLPA
Is a player.
on behalf of the players is always a player. But the people who like DeMaurice Smith, who John Gruden was making fun of and all of that, like he's not an NFL player. He's just a business guy. And so the executive director, that person is usually from the business world. Sometimes they have football experience or they're a former NFL guy, but not always.
Yeah, we have to go to a break because the boneheads in Palm Springs can't chew gum and walk at the same time. We have to go to a break early. So they're like, we're off the air. They're like, they just couldn't scroll and hit a button, so I got to go do that now. So we'll be back on this date in big Georgia sports history is coming up. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
This story is called The Ugly Truth About Timeshare. If you think you've done your family a favor by buying a timeshare, you need my help. Hello, I'm Chuck McDowell, CEO and founder of Wesley Financial Group. 10 years ago, I started helping folks cancel their timeshare. And in the process, started what's now called the timeshare cancellation industry. Timeshare is the only thing that you can buy that you can't tell me how much it's going to cost or when it's going to end. When you buy a timeshare, you give them a blank check to fill out any amount they want for annual maintenance and assessment fees. The crazy thing is, this never ends. Even when you die, your family's now going to be stuck with this burden. Stop the insanity today. Call my office now. If we take you as a client, I guarantee we'll cancel your timeshare or you'll pay nothing.
Call for your free information kit. 800-462-3333. That's 800-462-3333. 800-462-3333.
Discover credit cards automatically double all the cash back you earn at the end of your first year, which means, wait, hold up. Question for the audio engineer.
Go ahead.
Did I read that right? Discover automatically doubles all your cash back?
Yeah, that's what the script says.
So if I get a Discover card right now, I can earn twice the cash back.
Apparently. Wait. Unlimited first year cash back match. Only from Discover. See terms and learn more at discover.com/match.
Would you like to access some of the equity in your home without refinancing? No reason to refinance and lose that great low rate that you have on your current mortgage. Desert Equity Lending can get you the home equity line of credit you've been looking for. It's fast, it's easy, and it may not even require tax returns. That's right. We can use bank statements to qualify you. Most banks require at least 2 years of tax returns and many other supporting documents. When the big banks say no, we say yes. You can have your home equity line in as little as 15 days. We have a simplified process that helps get you a home equity line of credit in half the time using half the documentation that the big banks require. It's never been easier. Call now, 602-509-3000. That's 602-509-3000. Find out just how easy it is to get a home equity line of credit without jumping through all the hoops at a big bank. Call Desert Equity Lending at 602-509-3000. 602-509-3000. Desert Equity Lending MV 0906989 NMLS number NMLS 1733669. Conditions and restrictions apply.
80% of youth in Arizona don't drink, smoke, or use drugs. Want to know the reason why? It's you. Kids say not disappointing their parents is one of the main reasons they choose not to drink or use drugs. Visit talknowaz.com because while you might worry you aren't getting through, you are. Keep it up and stay up to date about the latest Arizona drug trends at talknowaz.com. This message is sponsored by the Substance Abuse Coalition Leaders of Arizona.
Before becoming a professional announcer, I took the announcer oath, which forbids me from misleading listeners.
Just wrap your heads around the reality of that.
That means I speak the truth when I say you can listen to us on your smart speaker. Just say, listen to 1580 The Fanatic.
Today, Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. Boy, this show's gone by fast. We ain't even talked about like 3 things the entire damn time. I am damn determined, and I feel like I'm going to be contributing to the delinquency of a Ralph again with this, but one of these things is not like the other. So listen, I'm just going to give you the headlines, and you'll see which one of these things is not like the other. First headline, fans frustrated by process for buying Jaguars Bills tickets in London. When they do the England game, I guess they had a whole issue where it was like a Ticketmaster deal, kind of like when Ralph tried to get those Taylor Swift tickets. Just a nightmare. Just a nightmare. And there's like, yeah, it's kind of a mess. Okay. Next headline: tickets for Dolphins Chiefs game in Frankfurt, Germany, sells out in 15 minutes, frustrating many potential new NFL fans. Okay. All right. It's a good problem to have, I guess, if you're the NFL. And then this headline: resale value of tickets for Cardinals among the lowest in the NFL.
Who could have guessed? Who could have imagined?
Things is not like the other. Guess which one? Yeah.
All those people that are sitting on Cardinals tickets, they've got the season tickets and they're hoping to move a few. This year is gonna not yield great results for you.
Yeah, I guess a bad season will do that to you. And they're expecting a worse season this year. And I guess now the average ticket price is like $200. And I'm talking
per seat.
Yeah.
For a Cardinal game?
Let's see here. I'm trying to. All right,
I mean, if we're counting lower bowl and upper bowl and just the average of all
resale
of it.
ticket value. Yeah.
Resale. Okay.
You can get cheap tickets.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that the upper deck is 200, but if you go from the bottom up, it'll average out to 268 last season. And they're saying, yeah, it's bad. It's 220 for next year. 220.
I mean, it's what happens when you start a rebuilding process. There are just going to be some fans that are like, look, wake me up when this thing is over. I don't want to sit there and pay money to go see my team be terrible. I can watch it on TV.
But now's the time to buy season seats.
No doubt.
Like I might be interested in buying like 3-4 season seats, because if they get Caleb Williams next year and they rebuild, I'm going to make money on those seats.
Yeah.
Can they raise the price of those tickets? I think they do every year though, right?
They probably do. But the problem is I'm so fearful that this stupid team is going to actually win some games and lose out on Caleb Williams.
No, listen, they're not going to.
If they do,
rest assured.
I mean, if they're not winning anything on accident without Kyler, and then even then,
you never know though. I mean, if they get stupid enough to back Ashford's fall into some games and win them, I mean,
Colt McCoy is going to be the starter for most of the year.
Problem solved.
If Jonathan Gannon goes out there and he is the second coming of Vince Lombardi, I still don't think that they're going to win enough games to not get Caleb Williams.
Well, Vince Lombardi would be smart enough to be like, yeah, we'll just lay it up this year. We're good.
It depends who else could be that bad this year.
Texans,
which they have their pick.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the Cardinals have they've won the sweepstakes already. I mean, seriously. I mean, you'd have to try really hard to be worse than the Cardinals next year. And listen, people who are listening, listen, my wife is a Cardinals fan, and she's even said, you know what? She spent a lot of time in San Diego. She's like, I think I'm just going to follow the Chargers this year. I mean, I'm still a Cardinals fan, but I got to have some good football to watch. I said, we can watch the Colts. And she's like, I got to have my own thing.
Wow.
What the hell?
Wow. What the? My own thing.
Yeah. I guess she doesn't want to share with me at all.
She's time away from you is what I'm hearing.
That's fine. Anyway, Big George says, if enough fans don't go to games this year, will some of the Cardinals games be blacked out in the Phoenix area? Do they still have that stupid rule? I don't think so. I don't think that's even a thing anymore, is it?
I don't know.
No. I mean, yeah, Keon's going to look it up, but boy, yeah, I don't know about that. Raven Kid says just bought 2 tickets to the Ravens game in October here, $350 total, parking pass included, section 124. What a steal. It's a pretty good price. I'm not going to lie. That's a pretty good price.
And you probably win that game. So good for you.
Yeah, you'll walk out of there feeling really good, I think.
But it's hard to feel good when your team beats a bad team, right?
Kind of boring. It's a little sad.
Right?
Yeah. All right. So, by the way, I think, I've been saying this, and then old Keon yelled at me. He really actually yelled at me. I said this, 3 or 4 months ago, and he's yelled at me. Now, everyone else is starting to come around.
You would still trade Kyler. You don't have 2 quarterbacks on the roster. One you're paying max money, and the other guy you're not, because you're not helping either guy. That's still insane. It's still insane. It's still crazy.
He's still yelling at me. He doesn't even know what I was going to say. You didn't even know what I was going to say.
Is that what because that's the only thing I can think about that I really just blew my stack. It doesn't
matter now, because next season, Kyler Murray is a huge cap charge, but more manageable. They will have to trade him. They have to trade Kyler Murray. And the best thing to do is keep Kyler Murray off the field, keep him healthy, get the hell rid of him. Keon thinks there should be at least 1 sample game. No. See, he can still play. I don't know if I'd even want to risk that.
Bad idea.
But, if you cut him before the guarantees vest, and he would count 13 million against the cap in 2024, 33 in 25. And I'm just saying, there's ways of doing this. You know what I'm saying? There's ways of doing this. So these Cardinals need to move on from Kyler Murray.
I get the feeling like that's the direction that we're headed in. I don't think that they're stuck on him, but it depends on honestly, what the owner thinks. If the owner's like, hey, give him another chance, you are probably gonna have to.
And he's an idiot.
No, there's no way they do. They're running, screaming for Caleb Williams right now. You know it, I know it, everyone knows it.
And you can afford to get rid of Kyler because you're not going to pay Caleb Williams much.
It's what I said, but he always yells at me.
Well, no. You said have them both and pretend one guy's. That's different from what you said. That's different.
That works too.
I'm saying. I always said
I would
trade
pretend
him
in my mind. I'm paying this guy, but in real
Ralph, do you see why I lose my mind? Like, that is the craziest thing. He's saying keep them both. I'm saying no, unload him. Even if you unload him at a loss, unload him. Get him off the roster.
I actually had to lower my headphone volume right now because of him.
What are you talking about?
Crazy.
I love how mad this makes me.
That is, it's just the most insane thing. I don't understand.
All you gotta do is believe. I'm paying Caleb Williams that. This Kyler Murray.
Also,
Kyler Murray. I don't even know Kyler
believe
Murray
that I can fly, but you are paying them both. That is what is happening. And
not in my head.
You are wasting your resources because you're not.
You're still wasting them anyway.
If you trade him,
still have to pay. If you can trade him.
Cut him.
Now, if you cut him, there's still a lot of dead money there.
Okay, for 1 year, not for multiple years. And the longer you wait to do that, the more money you have to ultimately pay him, as opposed to.
You're saying cut him now?
Well, no, next season. Hold on to him now. It doesn't hurt you now.
I just love how angry
it's just the most. It's just the most irrational thing I've ever heard.
The idea that I actually have the power.
No, it's not. It's not that you have the power to. I'm just saying in terms of.
Be thrilled. Like, let's play Madden. You'd be like, yeah.
It's just like from. That's one of my favorite things about football is how people put together a roster and all of the logic and stuff that goes into that. And I've just never heard anyone say that out loud.
In my own head,
I will pretend
it's
that
okay to pay him because I'm pretending I'm paying this guy. We're winning. What does it matter?
You're not winning. That's what it matters. Is if you're paying one guy, guess what? Those are wide receivers. Your wide receivers, you're not paying. You're not getting paid. It's offensive line. You're not getting paid. It's defense. You're not getting paid. Give the kid a chance and get Kyler the hell out of there.
I don't think you understand the visionary that I am. Raven Kid says Ralph is talking like his team is going to be better than
the Ravens.
That's insane. Not surprised though. We just saw you talk up your Lakers all playoffs.
If they play backwards, they're better than your team. What are you talking about?
Oh God,
the Ravens. Come on.
He who was says, your wife's a smart woman, Jeffrey. Go Bolts, he says. Baker's Cocky Hen says, Kyler Murray is the DeAndre Ayton of the NFL. Or the other way around. But yeah, I hear you, man. Big George is like, why is Keon yelling? I think he needs a Snickers bar.
No,
Cardinal Art-
Snickers can't help that. That is just
He's not done.
just can't
I'm
help
just-
it.
I'm
Am
just saying.
I yelling right now? No, I'm not yelling. It's just but it's
I
just
can compartmentalize things. You can't. You're too emotionally invested.
yeah, I do. I don't have a problem with that.
I can do that where I'm like, I feel great. I don't even think about it. It's not my money anyway. Cardinal Art says, Jeffco, seriously cut Kyler? And Ralph, suck it for agreeing with a man who is low key vying to get Kyler to Indy because they don't have a decent quarterback.
He doesn't
Wow,
want Kyler. Come on.
I don't. He's attacking both of us. He's getting a
Jeffrey has
twofer in
been
that text.
anti-Kyler.
Nobody
for the
wants
longest
Kyler.
time.
Maybe the only team I can think of that might want Kyler would be the Cowboys. Be stupid enough to dead him. But other than that, I mean, who really wants Kyler? I mean, there's nothing good about him.
No, it's fair.
The reason why you'd be able to trade him is because there's going to be some head coach somewhere that looks at him and goes, no, I saw what he did at Oklahoma. I can fix him. That guy always exists because it happened with Carson Wentz. It happened with Carson Wentz twice. So you can't tell me it won't happen with Kyler.
Unless you go into free agency and find yourself 5 Oompa Loompas to be your offensive
Oh my
line.
God.
There's
what I've
no
been
way,
saying.
right? I mean, that's the only way he's going to see over anybody.
We just need the offensive line to kneel. We're good. Puts the lotion in the basket, says, inside voice, please.
That was his inside voice.
Fighting Wampa says, hey, Jeffrey, watch this. Hey, Keon, I think the Cardinals should draft Caleb Williams, keep Kyler Murray, trade for Trey Lance, and keep all 3 of them on the roster next year.
No, it doesn't mean anything when you say. I actually care what Jeffrey thinks. That's the reason why it works.
Wow.
No, it's not. You can't just spew words at me and it's just like, oh, I'll get worked up. Like, no, I have to actually be invested in what you're saying. If we're having a conversation, I'm expecting you to say things back to me that are rational and real. And so when you don't, I'm like,
know better.
What is? Yeah, I should by now, but I just that issue for whatever reason. That's it. But no, it can't just be anybody saying it. It's if we're having a back and forth.
Now, just to remind everybody, my point on that was if I can't unload him and there's nothing I can do about it, and I have to wait until I can trade him or whatever,
eat the dead money and cut him so that you can get out of the contract faster.
I like having shiny things, and I'm rich, so I'll have both, please.
But you have a salary cap, so don't know what to tell you.
Damn the man. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's time now for On This Date in Big George's sports history. Back in the year 1918, after moving up to the mound for a possible cutoff play, Chicago White Sox catcher Ray Shulk continued to second base, taking a throw from first baseman Chick Gandil to double up St. Louis Browns player Ray Dimmitt, who failed to retouch second base after attempting to get back to first. Oh, God damn it, George. This one's just exhausting. This is going somewhere, though. He says the play made the future Hall of Famer the first catcher to make a putout at every single base, a feat not accomplished again until today in 1964 when Johnny Roseboro tagged Willie Mays out on a rundown play when the outfielder tried to steal second.
Kind of cool.
Oh, God, that was annoying. That was a lot, wasn't it? Does anybody follow anything?
Because that was kind of like a 2-for-1, basically. It was like, here's something that's really hard to do that happened on this day in sports history. And then it happened again on this day in 1964. So it's just a lot of information there.
Did you guys follow this? Did you understand anything I just said about
You lost me at Chick.
Chick Gandil. Boy, they had some weird names back then. I thought we had weird names now. The historian says, hey, be nice, gentlemen. If it weren't for the Cardinals and the Falcons and the Colts, the Falcons and the Colts would be tied for worst teams in the NFL. Shut up. No, not anymore. We got our quarterback. We'll see you in a year. Puts the lotion in the basket, says Kyler can go pitch for the A's. That's what I say. Maybe he'll sign something that lets us off the hook.
He never pitched. So
could you sign this so we don't have to pay you?
Second
Could
base.
you just I got this. Kyler, could you sign this so we don't have to pay you any more money? Can we just do that? Are we allowed to do that? If I went to, Kyler Murray and he signs, says, no, I'm good. I don't need money. The NFL is like, okay, that's cool.
I have
Right?
no idea
And
if that's possible to do, but it would never happen.
I still think I'd have it written up. Let's still try. Raven Kid says, Ralph, I implore you to tell me what you want to bet on this. Your bridge quarterback does not scare me. Your team won't sniff the playoffs, and the Ravens, I can practically lock this one in.
We'll think of something by the time the season starts because, I'll take that bet all day long.
He's not old enough to drink. So booze is out.
No, we'll do something because, that's just insane.
But what? What do you want to bet?
I don't know. I got to think about it.
Like a pizza?
I usually don't bet with kids, so I'm going to think about
I
it.
know, that's weird, huh? Like he's in college now,
Is he?
But he's called himself the Raven Kid.
He's in college?
We call him the Raven Guy, I guess.
Right.
Yeah, he's a college kid. Probably about the same age as your kid.
Is he 20?
I don't know. Raven Kid, I forgot. How old are you? I don't think he's 20.
No. We'll think of something. Let's talk about it at the draft party.
A-Wings 22 says, what if Caleb Williams pulls a John Elway? Oh, my God. He uses to play for the Cardinals?
Well, remember, he can go back for his senior year. He doesn't have to declare next year.
Oh,
he's only a junior.
The ultimate Cardinals kick in the crotch,
and he
it?
could do it. I mean,
well, at least you got Kyler Murray.
If they don't win a national championship, he might do it.
We'll see you guys tomorrow at 3 p.m. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
You know that Big Bargain detergent jug is